supposedly was impregnated, she said that she had gone to visit a friend and hell, wasn't all that. Next day she went back home and whatnot. And currently she was working on a relationship with her ex-husband. Well, excuse me, her husband. And then found out she was pregnant, tried to tell him. He didn't want to hear it. That was the story she was telling me. And like I said, mainly it was over phone calls, not even text. That's what was so shocking about how much you
And going through, and then it's like when you see the woman, because she has some pictures, and then you'll see a girl that's pregnant, and you be like, hold on, is that her daughter that's pregnant? And she just trying to pass it off like, it was her, because it was just so confusing with that.
it was. And did you see those crazy videos after we debunked her? How she girl, baby girl.
What did she do? Because I was like, you know what, this girl's a fraud. Let me just move on.
Several shorts and stuff, and they were ghetto wouldn't even be the word. It was just horrible, like behaviors and just I think she did do some with her daughter, little stuff like that. But pretty much I guess she didn't understand she wasn't gonna get the same, views because,
Right.
after not dealing with Mr. Cryer. So shout out to NBA young man. Right.
Who, who name?
Mr. Cryer.
Oh, that's his name. Oh yeah, NBA cry.
Yeah, NBA young man, girl. I call him young man because he
Girl,
does have a young spirit, but I think
he
he's slowing
does.
down now. I think he's slowing down now.
Because it's like, and I have to, because I know he came over, and what got me is when I first talked about Erica, and he put the eyes in the comments, and what got me, girl, because my boyfriend, he kept saying, he was like, I think he subscribed to you. I said, he ain't worrying about me. I said, do you? I'm small. But then what got me, girls, when I made a post, and I was like, who's ready to see? I forgot what I put, but as soon as I posted that, and no lie, like 10 seconds later, Jesus, 10 seconds later, he was like, please do. And I said, you're right. How would he know I posted that just then? Somebody, you would
Wow.
have to be subscribed to see that. And then what I'm thinking is he is subscribed to certain T channels, but he's not going to say anything about it just to see what they say. Because I think personally, some content that he's been doing, because when I talked about his intro, you notice he made a video about his intros. And I guess
Girl,
somebody
yeah,
else
we
must have
been
talked
giving
about
him
it.
hell too, Nosy. It's that issy in us. Girl, we
Right.
cowgirls, we have to keep it real now. And you know what? I appreciate his effort to kind of like do his content and keep it in a family type of
Right.
oriented manner, because we don't have a lot of that. I grew up in that whole Cosby kid. Well, we don't want to even use his name these days, but when the
Yeah,
Cosby
girl.
Show, and you had a different world, and family ties, and Give Me a Break, all these shows that were based around family. So Mr. Cryer kind of comes along and has that kind of that vibe with the other girl, because like clockwork, every 4 or 5 months it goes left.
It goes left. And then the thing I can't agree with him on is like, even when they split up and all that, because I just kept saying he is very unfazed, just, for someone to be in love like that. And I always felt from the beginning that she said the love thing too early, and that he won't really trying to say it back.
Oh goodness, wait. Well, let me say this, Stacy. I do apologize. I was actually trying to remove another comment, this tech, and I accidentally put you in timeout. Please forgive me. That definitely was only a mistake. Good Lord, girl. I do apologize. Now, what were you saying, Nosy?
So, you remember? Dang, I even forgot. So you remember when they first broke up and all that? And I was like, he's unfazed. He's just not. How come for someone to be supposed to be settling down and all that, he just don't have no emotions? And
Yeah.
then he didn't even speak on it. But as soon as she started, trying to get out there, because why, she won't get no views, because after she talked about the situation with the breakup, that was it. It started going back to like 7,000 and all that.
Yes.
And he
That's
finally spoke. So I'm like, you know what? I agree on that, because he has not said anything the whole time until she tried to come and say he ain't do a certain thing.
Well, let's be real. Mr. Cryer has been up, down, round these streets, and he's learned a lot. It's not easy seeing your life exposed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially not your personal stuff, and it's in okay, so the thing is he's worked on himself. I really do think he's trying. I think he just has an appetite for them little young gals. You
Yep.
know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
He think he like a little something, something. And it's okay because he's in his prime. He do your thing, daddy. Just strap up because this is too much for
For
real.
real, because that's what, girl, that's what I stated today. Because as the ex-husband told his story, and you start to think like, hold up, now, how could you sit up there got taken advantage of, didn't have no condom, didn't think about strapping? But the same thing with Crier, because you didn't strap up either,
Mm,
but you play the role that you just a goody two shoes. You go by the Bible, you spiritual, and you believe in sitting up there getting
yeah,
marriage and all that, and you out here just
acting like the
yeah.
majority of people.
Talking about, you hear she says like, I don't come in here talking about God and go shaking my booty and all that. We don't know what you do, Latoya. We just
Girl,
know what
she
you.
probably doing it with Mucker tonight. Who playing?
That's
Who's
what
playing?
that's what got me like BMW though. Out of all vehicles, and
Mm-hmm.
your husband
Mm-hmm.
said your favorite was Chrysler, so why didn't you go with that make? You
But
went
you
with
know how it
BMW.
is when okay, let's be real. You know how it is when you have competition with another woman. And that
Right,
woman got a whole view. You hear me? She had how many videos to watch? You see, she came into it as a pro. They were cutting up doing videos. They were banging out videos like crazy. You understand what I'm saying?
girl.
So
She was
she
like she
came
knew that
into it
camera.
like that. She came into it like that. And I think Mr. Cryer came into it being happy that he probably had somebody on board with him wanting to do the videos. And he
Right,
probably thought that, okay, well, she's gonna join with me. And baby, she knew what
she
she was doing the whole time. And Mucker, this is the thing about Mr. Mucker. And I call him the mother mucker girl.
right.
From his first video, I'm thinking, he must be an actor because I never saw any chemistry between he and Erica.
Girl, yes. Oh my
That
God.
was
And then
rough.
mm,
That was rough to watch.
what let me know was is like something, even though we seen the signs how she would touch on him, and he went and showed no type of emotion back. But what got
Hmm.
me was these three things I noticed in these different videos. The first one is when they went on the date, and she was saying, "I seen the twinkle in your eye." He was like, "Nah, I don't know what you talking about." And then when she asked for a kiss, and then she was like, Did it hurt you?" He was like, "A little bit." And
Wow.
then, yeah,
But you
then
know what was going on? He was talking to the other chick.
yep,
That was his
yes,
real
and
one.
he didn't really want to do that on that camera. And then what got me is the bed situation when she climbed in that bed and how he was just wanting her off him. But you make a video asking, "Can you take her out?" and all this. But then when she comes in there and try to jump in the bed with you, you ready for her to get out. Had your door locked.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, what about the one where it was she got in the bed with him? Girl, talking about he was sleeping in the nude. What man you know? Never mind, I ain't going there. Let me stop.
Right. And then he was like, "Well, it was my room." He was like, "I had a door." She was like, "You were waiting on me?" And he was like, "Nah."
Hmm. And they were already sleeping together. Let's be clear.
Yeah, we
And
know
if you
that.
keep that, okay, so they were already sleeping together by that time. So when he was saying he already told her, he basically was letting her know, I don't want to do the little couple, we all together thing. But I'm sure that YouTube check comes once a month. So once
Hmm.
that check rolled around and she was able to show him, well, this is what I do. I told you you can make money doing this. I think he was with it. I think he was with it.
Yeah, because that one is something to the effect being, I forgot, it was some lady channel where she said her source said Janelle was a woman he was talking to, and he said he was said it was a contract and some type of business being done. But girl,
Mm-hmm.
what let me know it was acting. I don't know if that video is still up there because they keep saying he takes it down when they get into, a dispute or whatnot. But the video when he cooked for her, now pay attention. She said she don't like steak. He makes steak, and then he's acting like he's her having a camera. My thing is, why is the camera already out the box? I felt like that. Then, right before not the door, like just waiting in her car for her, she comes to the door. He was like, soon oh, that's
Baby trying to and that's the fun part. I feel like all the scripting wasn't even us. That was surprise.
I feel like it was to get back, like represent. I said that now when I said on the video, type his name as views where he's talking about getting places, medical stuff and all that. Yeah, only had like maybe 50 views, 30 views, but that's like that first. Because when I found
Oh.
I was like real estate, so I just kept saying like local estate. I didn't have the Facebook and when he that's I was shocked that he had and stuff. And I see that he's doing his real estate and I his brand because he YouTube and what you
Okay, is that any better? Can you guys let me know now if you can hear me okay? This sounds worse than the airport. And I'm doing this playing replay. It's when he on the scene and was revealing information about his wife. Okay, so just a moment, let me get that back and just pay attention. I'll tell you what's going to come into play a little bit later.
Video, the chapstick video, and a lot of people when she was talking about her Instagram and all that, you know how they get their link reading out, and then the chapstick, and he said up to her, he was like, make sure y'all subscribe to Mucker Fitness. And she said nothing about my channel, and she was like, yeah, y'all go subscribe. I'm like, what?
Wow.
He made sure that
Well, you already know.
you already you know who you are.
Yeah, and that's the kind of weird with YouTube because they're not really celebrities, but they do have their own celebrity. So it's sort of like it's mind blowing, I think, to this that people will go to treat them like that. And when you're just an average person, you know what I mean? So I feel, and this is just me thinking, I really feel he's an opportunist, hands down, and I feel like that's why he linked up with Latoya because she's one. And I think that they have a bond. I think the bond. Okay, how is this? Is it any better? Lord. Okay, I'm waiting on the sound check, y'all. We got to get this together. I'm not sure what's going on with this thing. Okay, hold on.
Okay, guys, I think we finally got to the bottom of the problem. Lord help us. Okay, so can you guys hear me now? Can we get a mic check? 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, I'm just playing. That was hell. I can't stand for my sound to be off, y'all. I got too much stuff to do on this here internet. All right, we rocking, we rolling. Okay, so guys, for you, those of you just coming in for about the fifth time, let me say the same thing, which is we're replaying a live from 7 months ago when DJ The Real Deal came up out the bushes and onto the streets of YouTube dropping tea about his wife. Okay. Now, some of the stuff, of course, we remember, but there are little things that she had said to him that I know myself when I was going through these old archives that I had forgotten about. So that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. Hey, everybody coming up in the building, please hit the like and enjoy the show. Yeah, this was 7 months ago, and look how many things that we didn't know was going to transpire. Okay, check this out.
Bond is that they saw opportunity in YouTube.
Right.
So all of that talk when, oh, she's so positive, oh, she's so this, she's so that. And don't get me wrong,
Hold
you
up, they
know,
linked up.
well, I wouldn't say linked up, but what I'll say is
I'm thinking they linked up too. I suspect too. What we gonna say?
I suspect
Alleged,
allegedly.
allegedly they.
Look, let's
'Cause
put up yeah, you know how we get down. Let's go. I'm just gonna put up this little disclaimer real
yeah,
quick.
it's alleged from
But
this.
it's alleged because we don't know, but I'm assuming she did. And I'm assuming she did because of what Erica did to her. That's what we were talking about last night. Karma is not playing with us anymore. Like
No,
it
girl,
used
it's
to
coming
be,
around
you
fast.
do some dirt, sometime down the line, it was going to come back to bite you.
Hey,
Now, girl, as
Sherelle.
soon as you do it, it's
Thank you,
already
Joey.
knocking on your door.
Thank you, Big
Karma!
Baby.
But like, God dog, I ain't even
Right.
finished sending yet. What you mean my karma here? It's here. And that's how it is.
Came to
And
collect.
came to collect. I think Erica, went all out the
See
deep
you
end
later,
of the pool.
Yasmin.
And that's funny because when she was dating Mucker and he was with Latoya, I think they were competing.
I think they was too because each video, they would show rings and she up there showing her hand and flicking her hand and flicking the wrist and all
Or
that.
like when Mr. Crowd would look at Latoya and say stuff like, now that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's
Like, look
like,
at this
oh, you
beautiful
doing hella shade.
queen. And he would say queen because, every time Erica make a community post, she'd be like, hey, my fellow queens and all that. And
Hmm.
then he calling her a queen, saying certain things. She get on the video and be like, oh, like with the date. This broke the scale right here. I'm in a BMW, this and that. And then I'm like, okay, BMW is nice, but girl, they're
Baby girl.
way nicer.
That is so true. That is so true. And I think she wanted to make Mr. Cryer jealous. I think more than that, she really wanted to have a bigger platform as a YouTube couple. Like I think that they both have the same agenda. So I feel
Hmm.
they have a beautiful baby. Go for it. Get back together, people. Like who in the chat feels that Mr. Cryer and Love by Erica will get back together in the near future?
I feel that way because I think it was too early for moving on and having rebounds. Like I said, the Mucker and Latoya want nothing but rebounds for each other because in Erica's video, she stated that they broke up at the end of April. When you watch Choir's video about mentioning the wet baby the first time, because she was like,
Hmm.
"Go watch the video," and the Tamika and all that. Well, next thing you know, he gets with Latoya, she can't keep her lie straight about when they really hooked up in her interviews. And if you think about the time frame, like they started talking in what,
It's
June or
dabbing,
July.
dipping and dabbing.
Yeah.
And that might be why Mucker was still with old girl. You know what I mean? Like it
Because he
wasn't
felt
really
Erica
nothing.
won't really over him.
Yeah, neither one of them. And then too, it's hard to start a relationship as is. Imagine if you're fresh out of these situations in which Mucker states he never was out his situation. He said he took his female friend to out for her birthday and this and that. And I thought that was hella disrespectful to even mention.
Mm. And then he
So
mentioned
that
that
lets
he
you know she
stepped
was,
out, right?
Oh,
when he got with
she
her.
was giving him hell. She was making sure, or he was making sure she didn't start a YouTube channel.
Because if you, oh my God, the video where they was sitting there and Erica was like, I think I had did, because when I try to do my little clips before I really started talking, I left out a whole bunch, but at the end, she was like, they want to know if we're together, and then he paused and he's like mumble, yeah, he's like, yeah, yeah, like he didn't really want to
He
say it
didn't want to say because
because
that
I
other
know that,
woman
yeah,
was
she was
there.
watching, she was up there paying attention.
Yeah, and he probably kicked it to her like, "Look, nah, we just gonna be doing these YouTube videos. I'm gonna start my channel. I'm getting my whole family involved. You know what I mean? Don't be surprised if she doesn't come out with a channel. That's just how deep it is."
Right there, exposing the real truth, my role that I
Mhm.
played and all that. Oh man,
Exactly.
everybody
Exactly.
trying to get a piece of that pie, girl.
Girl, a piece of the pie. Okay, Lynn's live. How you doing tonight? I think he wanted to get with Erica for YouTube because he saw the amount of her checks from when he was helping her find a place. Exactly. He saw
Right.
her whole income.
Because he had to see that in order to, appraise her, see if she can get approved for whatever, whatever house she was trying to get. And so he probably said, hold on, this is from YouTube. Yeah, I told you what you could be making. Li- You want me to make you a channel today?
I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so Rapper J says he said on his community tab he's about to start posting about real estate. Yeah, why not? Because the other isn't gonna pop.
Yeah, he already got like 7,000 subscribers and they watch because he get like, and that's the thing with Mucker. His videos and his subscriber count matches up with what he has.
And
So
that's very important, what I was told. I think that matches more. I mean, don't get me wrong, of course you want the subs, but if you have content that nobody's watching, what good is it? You know?
exactly. And I know he's not
So
paying for views, so
yeah, and it's a dog eat dog world out here in the YouTube streets, and they do anything for clicks and views a lot of times, and I think Latoya and Mucker don't understand they're dealing with OGs, honey.
exactly. That know the game. No, and he taught her that from the series they did with the baby mama drama and the bitter
Mhm,
baby daddy
mhm.
and all that. They already know how to rack in. So at first people wasn't believing the breakup. They thought maybe it was just another thing, but something just said to me like, nah, because he won't into that girl. And the
Yeah.
relationship didn't last long after they announced it. And then already, why did it end? And my side of the story. And I'm like, what? Already?
Yeah, that was kind of wild. That was just as wild as how fast Latoya left Mr. Cryer.
I think she was waiting for the opportunity to leave. And that right
Yeah.
there, because like I said, even if, that statement was said, there's a way that I said Cryer could have worded it to sound good to her. But I just felt that, she was like, it was a lot of stuff going on. And as she put in her video talking to the ex-wife, so that probably give insecure, jealousy and all that.
Mhm, mhm.
And I wonder, is it true to the fact when Erica said, "Oh yeah, he be telling me, is Erica gonna get pregnant by you again and stuff like that?" Like, why would you be worried about that if you feel content in your relationship with him?
Mhm, mhm. And rule number 1, you don't bring up the other woman. She's a non-factor.
Exactly.
The moment you start bringing up the other woman, you're just now co-signing into a triangle.
And then it's gonna make that man feel type of, because Christ seems like the type, if he got two women feuding over him, it's gonna make him feel good, especially at his age and all that. Like, dang, I got these two.
Girl, you already know. You
Right.
already know. What man, you know how men want their egos stroked as it is, so I can only imagine. And then he knows tens of thousands of people are gonna watch. So yeah, he probably loves the idea, but he needs to lock it down because excuse me, he's not getting any younger.
Yeah, and he's not. And then just all this, like I said, if he ever gets into another relationship, please wait. And I'm talking at least half a year to bring them to the platform. Because it seems that once you introduce them to the platform and all that, and then maybe
Hmm.
you may let them see your account, or you may feel comfortable enough where you can share that type of details, they start coming up with a plot, you know what I'm saying, to get out
Yeah.
of it and do their own thing.
As soon as she saw exit, she took it.
Right.
As
Right
soon
then and
as
there.
and maybe we're wrong because it's not like they film everything. You know what I mean? Like there may have been a big old blow up. Who knows?
Hmm.
They may have. We don't know. But from what we saw, it just seemed like once she heard that, Erica mentioned her name, she was out of there. Pew, and straight to her own YouTube channel. You
Yeah,
hear me?
because the thing is, you remember when they did the video and he was like, well, there's people talking about me making videos and sending threats and all that. And she was like, oh, she shoot her hand like, ain't nobody worrying about that. We're stronger than that. But then next thing you know, he's coming out with a video, and then that same day she dropped the video, she's talking about some why I left. But why are you making a channel when you told thousands of viewers that you was there to support him, and that even if you guys separated, you was going to continue on and not make a YouTube channel? I felt like if your real mission wasn't that, how he promoted you on IG, you could have let your
Hmm.
viewers know on IG and then moved on. But no, you wanted to do that channel. So you
She
basically
definitely
told a
wanted to
lot of
do
us.
it. And that was the funny part, how she uses the subs as they told her to do it. But she stated in her video, yesterday, like saying, yeah, she wanted to do YouTube because she saw it was an income for her and her children.
Right.
See,
Oh,
and
I'm
that's
just
the
gonna
did you
collab.
hear what she said about how she almost lost her cool and da da da, but people were like, "Oh, don't do it. It's not worth it." Girl, you better lose your cool because if you think this is the only thing that you're gonna endure on
Oh, she
YouTube,
had,
girl,
oh my
please.
God, the internet is, oh my God, they are some savages. She,
Yes, it is
and this
savage
is
out here.
something, oh no, girl. I done seen where, oh man, people in live just is negative at the negative, like what they had ever could go through. Y'all keep
Yeah.
bashing me, y'all keep doing this and all that. I'm like, this ain't nothing yet, girl.
And see, that's the thing, because like, okay, I've got a hella mouth, and I try and tone it down
Ooh, girl, me too.
because
Mm,
I don't want to bully people. I don't want to beat people up. But it's like I get fed up with the BS. And with Erica, my first one doing about their family was like after the wet baby was a surviving Erica. Because she's just done so much. I just got fed up because I'm like, look, young lady, you've got people that support you no matter what you do.
exactly,
So why
exactly.
don't you take that as a blessing and say, you know what? Since these people have
Hmm. And what I can honestly, hello, can y'all hear me? Oh, okay. It just ain't my picture showing. Okay, I'm looking at the other one. And what I can honestly say is Love by Erica did listen to what I had to say, and she did it. So shout out to the queen, Love by Erica. This right here was obviously before we had met, and before she had watched my videos, and before we had talked, and I told her my concerns. So this video, guys, if you're just coming in, is 7 months old. This was at the time when Love by Erica was still with Mucker, and Creole was still with Mr. Cryer, or they had just broken up. So little did we know, long in this time was when Creole started messing with Mucker. Either that, or you believe what I know to be true, and they were already messing long before this, but this is when she went back to him. So either way you do it, Team Crier, Team Erica, all day, every day. And it is what it is. Now, this was, like I said, before all of these things transpired. And right along in this live is when you guys are going to hear that DJ the real deal bounced up out the bushes, okay, and put his video out talking about Latoya. So these videos are very, very important as we look now at what is transpiring right before our eyes. Now, in doing my research, there were a lot of things that I had forgotten, y'all. I had forgotten a lot of stuff we remember that DJ was talking about, but there were some key things about the story that she told DJ that I thought was worthy of me doing a rebroadcast. So I hope you guys are enjoying just listening. I'm in and out. I'm actually doing some work, trying to get some stuff situated, just around the house and whatnot. But I'm here. I'm listening along with you guys. And it's very, very important that we don't forget a lot of these things. And it's obvious that Love by Erica needs these things now, because this was the start of this whole mess. Okay. This whole mess. So shout out to Nosy Gang and C, who doesn't stomp around the YouTube streets as much as she used to, who was co-hosting.
Rock through, with me through all this BS I've done. You know what? I'm changing a new leaf. I'm changing a new leaf. But she doesn't. And I had a hard time letting that go. You know what I mean? But
Girl, me
I
too.
didn't want to make her feel like, people were beating up on her, or because we're all women, we all do similar things. We all had that man we've been a little weak for. We've all done things that, if we knew then what we know now, that's how life is. But I did have to tell her. So my thing is, I have to be myself. You know what I mean? Because I too have to be transparent. And that's what I love about you, Nosy. You're yourself. Like, girl, when you do your impersonations, though, you have me rolling. While I'm at work, I'm listening to you cry and laughing. And I'm
Right.
listening to you because I know that if you were in the room, we could still be tripping the same way. You still be acting up, doing those impressions, and most importantly, keeping it real. And that's what it takes. So no, this ain't just beating these girls down. Nobody's
Exactly.
perfect. But no, don't come here with that BS.
Yeah, because I talked about the bridges, I forgot what the title was, but the bridges that she burnt. And then how you go from D, because you stated you watched for a long time. Now, when Cryer was with D, Erica, because I didn't know who she was, but she started popping up in the recommended years ago, and she was talking
Yes.
about D, and she was calling her her best
You
friend.
remember when yes, you remember when they were friends. Yes. She was doing quite a few.
That was actually wrong. That's actually incorrect, guys. They were only collabing on a couple of videos. They weren't really friends. That we didn't find out until they fell out. But nonetheless, I didn't know, so I digress. Can't be perfect.
Collabs with some small content creators. And I think she may have only had like maybe 1,200 or so. You know what I mean? Like when I started
Hmm.
following her. And when that scandal came out with, Chris Sales and them, that's when I kind of started watching more, but I was familiar with her, like you said, by D Lowry.
And then next thing
Okay, I don't want to
was
hear
the
nothing about
first
D
Dion's
Line.
first time, but no, I don't think so. I think that baby been around Latoya because she was just
I would
so.
say so too. I would say so too. I think that, yeah, I would
Because
say so
the way
too.
Erica had just um Dion got a playpen, he got bottles. If Crier hears they probably like, okay, so if you think it's comfortable to have Dion around, Mucker, then what am I sitting here keeping the baby, not trying to introduce her to the baby yet? Let me go ahead and bring the baby around. You're doing it.
Yeah, and that's exactly ticks for tat. And why would you have that man calling Mr. Cryer daddy?
Exactly. That's what got me. Like, girl, it's too early for that. Yo, you
Hmm.
ain't even got to know your man that well and notice any red flags with him before you start, bringing your. Now, I know that's your kids and, the kids live there and he gonna have to visit and see them. But with the daddy part, I know
Yeah,
that's
that's
probably was
hard.
a red flag to him.
And it should be. And then look at.
Now, funny enough, Nosy and I are talking about, of course, Crier and Creole. Isn't it funny that she had her children calling Mr. Crier daddy, yet they broke up and she went on to another man within weeks? Doesn't that seem a little weird? Don't you think that is a little weird? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, what's up, Glenn? Well, Glenn, I don't know if you've been listening before you chatted, but this is 7 months old. So this is definitely a long time ago. We didn't know everything that was going on, and we were only going by speculation, what we thought. And at that time, this is when Toya and Crier had just broke up. But funny enough, what we didn't know to be true at the time is behind the scenes, they were already in communication with each other. Okay, let's be clear. So just pay attention, and I'll be right back, y'all. I'm sorry, I gotta make some phone calls.
How long did they date? What, 4 or 5 months?
You know what? I think that's a lie too. Because if you listen to the interview, they said she talked to Crier in March when he was still talking to Erica, and they stopped talking. Then they got back together in like was it June or July? But the thing is, if you've been with him 5 months, that don't add up to the June July date.
No, it doesn't. Oh, it was definitely some mixing around. And then they lived hours away at first, so you already know it's no telling. That's the situation that they put themselves in. That's why you have to be mindful when you get into a relationship with a person. It takes time to build that. It can't be just some instant, just because you guys can do a bunch of content videos. You know what I mean? It's got to be authentic, I think. And that's where it went wrong. He didn't see what our Erica wanted, which is fame. She
Hmm.
wants a huge platform. I mean,
Because
duh.
if y'all remember the vanishing, when she went live, when they was going back and forth about the twin thing, and she went
I don't want to
live,
hear about that
T-Pain
part.
sister. But
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We all know the story, and Erica went and apologized time and time again. So right now, thank you, Love by Erica, for being who you are and fixing your mistakes. But baby, that other one over there, she hadn't been apologetic for nothing at all. She seems to think her shit doesn't stink. So y'all, I'm just gonna fast forward this a little bit because what I want y'all to get to is the part about DJ. Okay, so just a moment. It's almost coming up now. And like I said, guys, at the time, this was new. Like, this is when he had first brought it out.
So if it's okay with you, I want to go on and play Mr. Crier's video so we can actually react to it. Is that okay with you?
oh yeah, girl, and then
All
I'm
right,
gonna
sis.
react to the stuff that I found out. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Just a moment. Let me see if we can put this up. There we go. Thank you guys for coming to the chat. I know it's a little late, but we really appreciate you guys coming in. We're right now just discussing, of course, the latest tea and the criers. Okay. Mr. Crier actually reacted. Wait a minute, it's already playing. Mr. Crier did a reaction video to DJ The Real Deal. Not too long ago. I think he dropped it probably about maybe 3 hours ago or so, not too long ago. And I was gonna play it so we could actually do a reaction to his reaction. So shout out to Mr. Crier. Please, please, please don't strike my page, sir.
For
Even though
real.
I don't, girl, I ain't even monetized. Who I'm kidding. Strike it, sir. It doesn't even matter. I don't get anything for this. But so the video already is halfway. That's where I was when I started my live. But um he's right now getting to the point where she had told that the kids weren't his. He hasn't gotten to the point where he explained about the situation. So that's where I was gonna start. And let's go.
Said about this man right here. I didn't hear too many nice things said about this man at all. But yet he claims one is his own. The stuff that my ears heard.
I had no idea you could find this much on Ancestry.
Okay, so I'm Nosy, you think I ought to take it back a little bit more?
Did he get into like when did he really start getting into it though?
Just about now.
Yeah, so you know how Crier take forever to get to the point. We love him, but
Girl.
he take forever to get to the
He
point of the
even
video.
said that he talking about, well, enough of that. Y'all know I can keep on talking all day.
All right, shut up, Damien.
Oh,
Continue the
see,
video.
see,
Y'all Queen Toy told me, hey, it's no possibility anybody else can be his dad.
Mhm.
I
Hmm.
haven't been with nobody else. but you. There's no possibility anybody else can be his dad.
No possibility.
And I had one little voice in my head saying at that time, you know, take a DNA test and see for sure. But that other voice in my head was saying, hey man, you know, that's your wife. Just go ahead and take her word for it. Maybe she can finally stop with the bullshit that she was doing. You know.
Whoa. Maybe. Whoa. Did you hear that, Nosy? Maybe she would have stopped with the BS she was doing.
Right. And what's crazy before you play it, girl, when he was talking about interviews and stuff, and I know Gangsta Emoji always try to hop on stuff, but when I was going through my comments, I seen where he wrote 4 days ago and he was like, you know, saying who he was and saying he was tired of BS and he was like, let's talk. And I'm like, dang, I could have sat up there, put him on the, you know, got a little panel going and asked the questions that we needed. But yeah,
he erased my little video. I guess he mad because I did that screen, that thumbnail. He erased my comment.
I mean, we trying to put you out there, get your story heard.
Hey, we only helping, sir. We all work together. Look here. But Mr. Cry ain't playing. And you know, this is the funny part, right? It's because we talked about how some of the stuff is a little bit, you know, scripted. This is nowhere near scripted. Look at that man's veins.
Oh yeah, you could tell when Cry is serious because he'll go to squinching his eyes.
Oh yeah, he ain't playing. Oh, he dead serious. Okay, so let's hear this.
Wait, he said something in his mind was, guys, I'm sorry to stop the video so much, but this is a reaction, and that's what we do. We stop and talk, and we react.
We do it too.
He said something in his head was telling him to take a DNA test. He said, but he second guessed himself because he said maybe she stopped with the BS that she was doing, which means it was all kind of stuff going on. Which means it was all kind of stuff going on, bro.
Thank you, Trisha. What we do?
I haven't even, so I'm 4 minutes into the video. I'm curious to see if he actually did do an egg test or did she come out and just tell him that you're not the dad?
Oh, baby, just wait.
Because I always wanted to believe y'all Queen Toy. You know, I always wanted to see the best in them. You know, because I just wanted my family. You know, I wanted my kids to have a mom and their dad under the same roof. Like, I fought for that with all I had in me.
I can relate to that.
All I had to achieve that and still didn't achieve that. So, I didn't get the DNA test at that time. Then fast forward 2 years down the line.
2 years.
And in between the time of his birth and this 2 years mark, she's been caught cheating on me multiple times.
What?
Oh hell.
Caught cheating.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I missed that part. Oh God.
With my own eyes.
Oh.
With his own. Oh no. Pause.
Did he say videos?
Did he? Wait, hold on. Because see, that's why it's good to watch things more than one time.
Y'all, who remembers this? Who remembers the first time we heard DJ The Real Deal's message? Because of course he did the first video just saying, you know, I'm going to be doing some interviews. I'm going to be, you know, defending my character and things of that nature. This was his second video in which even Mr. Cryer was floored. Look at Mr. Cryer's forehead. We know when he had like that. Look, he wasn't. Let me be quiet. I ain't here to bring up no cigarettes, but y'all know what he wanted to cool off. But this was that video when we first found out that LaToya's persona was fake. Okay, now mind you, I had already been saying that, and I'll be able to show you that in some earlier videos. But nonetheless, here we go.
Yeah, but didn't he just say that he caught her with his own eyes?
Ooh, she been making videos, OnlyFans, and all. Good God.
Lord. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, excuse me. But
Did you say?
videos and shit like that.
Wait a minute. Somebody recorded? Wait.
For real.
Wait.
I missed that
Wait
the
a
first
minute.
time.
He said she's been caught multiple, not once, not twice, multiple times cheating. And then he said, videos. What?
Who?
What?
Oh yeah, that's an honest reaction. That look.
That is.
That is a. You know what that?
That
face
makes him
is?
think
I've
like,
been licking on what? I was girl. That, yeah. Yes, Mr. Cryer.
he going to the doctor.
Yes. Yes. You had a thought. Well, allegedly.
And the sad part is, y'all, Mr. Cry did end up going to the video. Who remember when Mr. Cry went to the daggone doctor and came back on it with his little red arm bandaged on? Okay. Let us be clear. Thank you, look, 212, you're right. You did tell me that, and that's exactly why we doing it now, baby. So appreciate you.
Yeah, allegedly she was. Ooh.
For real.
You know.
He don't know what to say now.
I'm just gonna play the video.
Clueless, girl. He like, good God.
Wait a minute. He like, hold on. He like, hold on. Is this gonna be messed up for my family channel? He like, wait a minute. He trying to figure out how deep this rabbit hole.
Oh, he getting rid of them. Every little inch of video he got of her.
Oh, he's vested. He's fully into this video. Let me tell you, he does a lot of reaction videos of his kids and stuff. You know, you seen him do the Prince family reaction. Baby, he is not that vested in those. But right now, in this moment, in this video, every vein in his body is geared towards the next few minutes of this man's video, and he knows how many minutes is left. So he look, watch, let's see. And I haven't seen this. This is my honest reaction.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
He's looking at it like, wait a minute, this man been on 5 minutes. He has what, 8 minutes to go? Oh hell, where are we going, people? Oh, you about to get it.
Even at this point, I'm still like, damn, man. Now that same feeling is waking back up. Like, man,
is my son really? And y'all, I have premium. I'm just not logged on. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, me too. I be, especially under this name, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that. I'm not. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, struggles of a YouTuber. I tell you.
Right.
For my son is genuine. It's deeper than biological. Like it's spirit straight from my heart. I love my son.
Facts, Lynn's life.
I lay down for my.
Well, good.
But I had to know. So I went to Walgreens one morning. I told her, you know, you can go ahead and go to your extern, go to work, do your extern, and I'll take the kids to daycare.
Extern, that must be a medical
Got my kids there.
School or something.
The Walgreens. Came back to the apartment.
I think he meant intern.
I got everything prepared. You know, I'm crying. I ain't gonna lie. I'm crying. My son crying. My daughter crying. Like, oh.
You know what, man? I can definitely concur with what he's saying. That when she went to her internships or whatever, however the hell did you pronounce it? And he ended up going to Walgreens. He said he was crying. His daughter was crying. His son was crying. I can relate to that because when we went to do the DNA test for my son, and then swabbing his mouth. I looked at his mom, and even though we was on bad terms, I told her, I said, this hurts me to do this. It hurts me to see this right here. I mean, it made me sick to the stomach to see that.
Yeah, to even question the fact that, like, why do I got to do this? Why am I feeling this type of way that I got to get this DNA test done?
Yeah, but you know how it is, and I've got mainly sons, so mama's baby, daddy's maybe. So that's why we have to make sure we're in committed relationships before children come
Right.
apart. In 2021, it's no excuses. We can protect ourselves. God ain't
You know
making
what? I'm
mistakes.
wondering because if you go out and do some stuff and you can mess up your body so Latoya, we need to know why you got that one onion.
Ooh, whoa, ooh, mm, mm,
Yeah, girl.
mm. Or was that just a game she told
And
him?
try to trick them into getting.
She
Ooh.
said it's pull-out game week. I'm just saying.
It did. I'm not gonna
Allegedly.
lie. It made me sick to the stomach. And you know what I regret by all that? Because one day he gonna see the video of people reacting to it, of me going to get a DNA test on him. And I never did that with one of my kids. And he's gonna see that one day. Even though I deleted it off my channel, other people reacted to it. Because he's gonna say in his mind, dang, my dad had doubt about me. So I know what he means when he says that, it really hurt him to have to do that, because it's probably something he didn't want to do, but he needed closure. He needed answers. He needed to know, like he said earlier in the video, he wanted to be under the same roof with his kids. I know how that stuff feel, man. I've been wanting to be under the same roof with my kids. That's why I fought hard, and sometimes I'm still fighting hard. I'm trying to have my kids under the roof with me, But wow, it's crazy.
And I swabbed my mouth, swabbed my son's mouth, put the swab in a little container, fill it up, and I paid to get that express.
He said express.
Ooh.
Okay.
They can give me the results ASAP. 3 days later, I'm at work, and I get an email, and the email is saying,
who is this troll in here? Because they about to make me get on them.
Who is it, baby? We do have trolls that come through.
Right.
Oh, too many of yeah, we don't say words like that over here. Who is that?
Right.
Chili and cornbread. All right. You're blocked. You got what you wanted.
Ooh, child, the childishness. And that's the thing. See, my tolerance for trolls, I'm gonna have to say a few words and then boy.
Okay, but you know how it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You already know. Okay, so they should be gone.
Hey Rita, welcome to the building. Hey Kiki's World. Hey Miss Powell. You're not late, honey. This is 7 months ago. Okay, let's be clear. For those of you coming in the building, I do appreciate it. Please hit the like. This right here is just a replay of 7 months ago when DJ The Real Deal came up in the scene and let us know who you know who is. Okay, so let's go. The real YouTube Tia, I saw your video and I really would appreciate if you come up here in a little bit if you don't mind. And I ask you a couple of questions.
Okay, so back to the video. Okay, so pretty much it is kind of sad thinking about how, this man really for 2 years bonded with this boy, and he had, of course, probably, suspected it was he wasn't
Yeah, what
his
if
when he
his
was young.
intuition just started bothering him? And you know how sometimes you be feeling good and then out the day you just have a feeling and you start looking at your daughter and he start looking at the son and he's like trying to match it up and like
And
something
then
ain't
he
right. And
knows she's cheating.
knowing that she was cheating, yeah.
Like that wasn't even the first time. So
I
yeah,
think
that's
Latoya
pretty bad.
had some self-esteem issues because of the pictures that was posted of her high school, and she probably was feeling herself when people was giving her compliments
Hmm.
and went out there.
She's a nice looking woman. It's just, you could tell, when people come off with that loving light, I get away from it. Because your dark is darker than what I deal with. Okay. Because if so,
Exactly.
you wouldn't be spending all your time trying to convince us that you're so freaking positive.
Like, man, I'm praying. And it's even about to tell me I'm just true.
Mm,
You know,
mm, mm.
I made this little man. Man, them results said the total opposite.
Oh my God.
99.9%, no possibility
Oof.
I could be the father.
99.9.9, no possibility.
I asked him, could I leave? Printed out the results, went to the house, put them in the bag, because I couldn't face seeing y'all queen talk face at that time because I was too angry. I wasn't in my right mind.
Mm.
So I put the papers in the bag and hung the bag on the door and told her.
Now,
Did
I'm
you
not
take the
trying
video
to,
off?
say that it's an excuse, but can we say that if he did abuse her, it may have been over cheating?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did you take the video off?
Oh, I'm still I'm playing it, but I did put up the look. I put up the wicked pose. Hold on, let me
Oh
get
yeah, that's what that needed to be put right there for a
Girl,
second.
I
Oh
had to
yeah,
put
we
it up
needed
for a
that.
second. We got a problem. There is a problem.
That's what I'm thinking, because some men may lash out because you never know. Like I said, people can be provoked. She probably said something, and what, and it was good, and what you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing. And what? And then he
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
pushed up on her. You know how somebody provoke you enough, and then next thing you know, he hit me. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the
Okay.
cops. And you're like, what?
And it's hard. I just don't get.
Okay, guys, we're welcome by Asia's World. Just a second. Hey, Asia, are you here, darling? Hello. Are you here, Asia? I can't hear you. Look, it's probably me. Lord knows my sound been messing up all morning. Hello, Asia. Let's see if your mic needs to be turned up, my love. I can't hear you. Nope, you're definitely turned up. You might have to go out and come back in and make sure you allow the microphone to work, baby. So we just got a guest in here, which was just a moment. I don't want to say your name wrong. The real YouTube T. Okay, are you still in the building? Because I really would love to ask you a couple of questions. I did see your video. I think I watched one full one, and then I caught a little bit of one, the one before the last one you did, but I accidentally fell asleep. But I do have a couple of questions. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome, welcome, my love.
I'm good.
Good. So, what do you think about this revisit from the past of DJ and Mr. Cryer's reaction, especially?
I think it'll give out a little bit more information that people need to really listen to and to really get to understand where the video coming from.
I agree. It's a
As in
lot.
where he coming from in the video.
I agree. A lot has gone on since then. It really, really.
Hmm.
So this is funny how this is when it all started boiling down because of course this is when Mr. Cryer had first broke up with Latoya. This is when allegedly she and Mucker started their whimsical romance, and and at this time, this is when Love by Erica was supposedly still with Mucker, or just now about to go through her breakup with him, which of course before she found out she was pregnant.
Hmm.
So funny enough, All of this was going on that we've seen transpire now. And I think that these videos are priceless because they show exactly some of the things that might have went over our head, some things we weren't paying attention to, or we just forgot. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
everybody kind of remembered that he had cheated, that she had cheated, but to hear some of the other things she had said, I was just like, "What? Oh, I forgot about that." So that's the reason of me playing this.
Yeah, it'll give out a little bit more information because I think a lot of people listened to the video but really didn't hear exactly what he was saying. I
Yeah.
think some people probably just skipped over some of the stuff that he was really saying in the video.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who didn't skip over Mr. Cryer, boy. He's serious about this here video. Okay, let's be clear. And like Nosy Gang, who was my co-host that night, she even stated, "Oh, Mr. Cryer ready to go to the doctor," and that's exactly what he ended up doing. Just a short time later, you remember he had to go to the doctor.
Yes,
Came out.
yes, I seen the video of him with the white patch on his arm. I seen that video. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of glad that he did go to the doctor after hearing all that. I'm kind of glad that he went to the doctor for his well being. Because, come on now, if I'm hearing all of this about a woman that I just slept with, I'll go to the doctor too to be on my safe side.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
so I think he did right by that.
I do too. I do
Because you
too.
got a lot of men they don't even go to the doctor. So I
That's so
think he did right.
and you never know. And now, did
Exactly.
you happen to hear what Mr. Cryer's video was last night?
Oh yes, I heard that.
Okay, so Mr. Cryer, I'm trying to avoid going on demon time because he was not playing. Okay,
No.
one of the things he was speaking about was a lot of new allegations that seems to be coming out about strippers. This content creator that I just put up on the board right here was one of the channels that I'm quite sure he was speaking of because they were saying that they're going to be interviewing Erica's husband, which
Her
that's not true. And then it's alleged that this person is a family member of hers. And I know for a fact that's not true. So, were you aware of that?
um no, I didn't hear about nobody interviewing her ex husband. I didn't hear anything about that.
Hmm. Yes, it's a new channel, and like Mr. Cryer said, where he called it weird. That's what the word he used, weird. And he spoke of how now all these new channels are starting to come out saying all these god awful things. And what I noticed about this person's channel, guess who was in the comments talking about they support the channel?
Mhm.
Give you a hint. His first name is Jay, and his last name is Michelle.
Oh yeah, I get you. I get what you're talking about.
Mhm.
John Michael.
Yes.
I don't
So,
care about saying the name.
okay. Well, I'm going to be doing a reaction to those, but I'm going to be doing it on my 2.0 page. So I was a little shocked when this person came into my chat just now. I definitely wanted to have him up on the panel so we could have a little talk because I definitely want to know what type of family member they are, considering Erica doesn't know them. I definitely want to know whose husband they're speaking to because Erica is on good terms with her ex-husbands. And I definitely wanted to know what in the hell are you talking about strippers? So,
Okay, so I'm getting the I'm what I'm getting is now they try to start drama between her and her ex husband.
well,
That's the thing.
allegedly, because allegedly, and that's the thing, Love by Erica's husbands aren't interested in going on YouTube. That's not their thing.
No, because she already said it
Father.
herself.
Yeah, and from what I gather, Cam's father is very proud of what she's been able to accomplish on YouTube. And he would never
Mhm.
want to, down her or any of the sort. They have a decent, co-parenting type of relationship, and he respects Mr. Cryer. So all of
Mhm.
this, I feel, is just an attempt from Woody Woodpecker. Okay, let's be clear.
Mhm. Trying to come between her and her ex husband now. That's all it is.
No, because it's not the ex-husband, sweetie. I can get anybody on
No,
the panel and say it's whoever I want to. No, no. This woman doesn't have any contact with her ex-husband. That's the point. But she's running stories saying she's going to be interviewing him and that she's loved by Erica's cousin. None of which is true.
Wow.
Hmm. So yeah, it's not even the fact that they're trying to get the man to turn against her. It's the fact they haven't even talked to the man. Okay.
Mm.
That's the problem. So let me get back. Just hold on one second. Let's play back this video real quick so Mr. Crowder can
Okay.
finish his reaction, and I'll be right back with you. Let's get this. Get that aggressive vibe because I am a victim of domestic violence, and
Girl,
I
me
just
too.
don't
Way
get that
back with
vibe
a
from
guy
him.
I
But
dealt
I
with.
will say this, you know, they can be narcissists and cover their tracks really well. You know, be sweet on the outside and hell on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, but still, that's just not what I get from him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't get
leaning
that type of
towards
vibe from
believing
him. I
him
just
over
get
her.
that he been hurt, and and she just still trying to make bad on his name.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And if she did abuse her, I feel like she might have to go and cough up some receipts at this point. You know what I mean? Because he's seeming like he's very convincing that he definitely has a lot of bones when it comes to her. Like, I would have never thought she was a cam girl. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah, making videos. Oh man.
Yeah.
And you know what's gonna be next? Now see, that's where she messed up at. You know how some people start getting on and they be like, oh, Toya doing YouTube, and next thing you know, Latoya's alleged sex tape leak. You know what I'm
Woo.
saying?
Yeah. Oh,
And then
yes.
people, you know how people try to put out your dirt, and the next thing you know, she gonna be trying to. I'm not letting none of that get to me. The past is the past. Everybody has one. Try to come off with
Mhm. Oh,
something.
it happens. Oh, it happens. It happens very easily.
She
All
might be a
right.
little. She might be dirty. Mm-mm.
Play with it if you want to. All right, let's see. I think this is getting to the part where I've been waiting for to see his reaction of the Chrysler 200.
Yes, girl.
Hey, get that bag off the door, read them papers, and we need to talk.
Mm.
Now,
Ooh.
gets the paper, read the paper and everything, and she gets to telling me, oh, this ain't be right. This ain't be right.
Ah.
Wow.
Really?
Dana said that.
Look, they about to do a
Dana.
commercial.
I hear what he said. He said, Dana. Dana. In case y'all didn't catch that, he's talking about the DNA. I never heard that term used. My man said, Dana.
Oh, I
She
didn't
said
even
that it
catch
can't
that.
be right.
Yeah, he said
She said
Dana.
that it can't be right. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Oh my God, this is crazy, bro. Like, this is a marriage. This is a fucking marriage.
So, Asia, don't you think that's odd if she would have been the R word, like how she tried to make him think in the beginning? Don't you think she
Hmm.
broke down crying at that point instead of saying, that can't be right? That can't be right. Don't you think she would have said, oh my God, I was worried about this. That's why I didn't tell you. It was
Yeah.
taken in a Chrysler. Instead of doing the Maury Povich talking about that's not right. That's not right. That can't be right. That's a fake test. No, baby,
But she
that
didn't do that. She didn't do none of that.
no, she didn't. She tried to lie her way out of it, telling him
Right.
something wrong with the test in the beginning. In the beginning. But the facts were there, so she of course came with a more appropriate, so she thought lie, which was saying that it had been taken. So here comes the part about the Chrysler 200, the infamous
Okay.
Chrysler 200.
Like, how could you? How could you?
Very easy.
A whole baby? We met? Oh my God.
29%, not my son, biological dad. So she she gets quiet, then she goes into story mode.
Mm.
Now, mind you,
Story mode.
y'all Queen Toy was in love with the Chrysler 200.
Chrysler 200.
Oh, when that Chrysler 200 came out in 2011.
That was some nice cars.
Oh man, she wanted that car so bad. She was in love.
I wanted one too back in the day.
So now she comes with this story. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
What did I do with the Chrysler 200?
When I was working at Kroger, one night I spent the night at my coworker house, and me and your daughter was sleeping in the living room on the floor, and her brother came in with one of his friends, and he started sitting on her.
Oh,
And
boy.
I told him, no, don't do that right here because my daughter's asleep. You know, I don't want to wake up my daughter. You know?
Wait a minute. Wait. She stayed the night at her friend's house, and the guy come in and start feeling on her. And she said, don't do that because my daughter right here.
Yeah, now I have a problem with that story from the jump. What do you think, Nosy? Because right there, she stated basically that a guy, she was on the floor asleep. A guy started groping her, feeling on her, and then she goes outside with him. That doesn't make any sense.
It don't make sense. And then what gets me, like I said, once again, I think allegedly Latoya was probably friends with the girl she worked with at Kroger's. Who knows if it was even the Kroger's
For
or
real.
whatever. But I think she had planned, and then she said something about a brother. I think she had planned to meet up with somebody and use her homegirl's house, had her daughter at the time, took her daughter. But what gets me is you sold yourself, you weren't even good enough for a bed, girl.
Yeah.
I don't believe that you got taken advantage of because people who go by that, you know, how you know what I'm saying? They just you could tell when they went through something like that. And that's not giving that. That's giving you trying to cover and save your behind because you caught.
Yes, I agree. In a situation like that you went through and you're a married woman and you go outside with the person, come on.
And why
Come
you
on.
staying at somebody's house and all that with your like? Come on, girl. When you married, now I understand hanging out with your friends and all that, but you married. Why are you staying over? You ain't, this ain't. You know how they say you single until you get married. You got ties now.
Yeah,
Your behind should be at the house,
I agree. I
but you out
agree.
there tricking if you got it with your, tricking.
Okay, so Lynn's life says, if you have a husband, why are you at a co-worker's house spending the night when you have a husband at home? Exactly.
Right,
Just like we're
right.
saying, we wouldn't do that as women. Y'all know that.
Faithful women at that too. You got
Yeah,
what you need at
that's not
home.
something I feel like a woman that's being faithful to her husband would even choose to do. You know what I mean? Like that. Why?
Exactly.
Because a woman like that would be worried what's her husband gonna be doing.
And she wasn't that invested into her relationship because at the time she probably was still young and
Mhm,
trying to live the
mhm.
single life but having ties because somebody probably wanted to take your hand in marriage and you just felt good at the moment to say yes but you weren't really ready.
I think so. I think so. Well, and then too, an opportunist. This was
Right.
the best thing going at the time. And it
Hmm.
seems like he definitely probably provided for her, tried to be there for her. Hell, he let her cheat on him
And stayed
and stayed.
to work through it and you still
And the man's sick. That's what, oh my
yeah, I
God.
want to know why he's like what got him to
Because
that
she could have gotten
point.
on YouTube just saying that her husband was sick, or something. You know what I mean? Like, damn, did she have to really go in about abuse?
Because I'm gonna tell you one thing before you play. Now, my with the sickness being stress can make you sick because my mom's friend, they back then, they had their friends or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Carol and James. I called him like an aunt and uncle. Well, she kept just playing with his mind, playing with his mind. He was madly in love with her. They'll break up, get back together. Then, long story short, she left him for someone else. His mind couldn't take it. Had a stroke,
Mm.
became half deaf, and then when I seen him, when I later years, I was a manager at Arby's, and when he came in pointing, and I'm like, "Hey, James," he just came in pointing at the menu. Oh, it broke my heart.
Oh, I know it did.
Girl,
Oh,
stress
so
can,
good.
yeah, it can drive
Yeah.
somebody to mess up their body.
And to any of you out,
Okay, Asia's world. What do you think? Do you think me and Nosy were right in what we said that that's impossible for a married woman to do that? Like, first of all, what woman, married woman, do you know goes over to her friend girl's home to spend the night like a slumber party? Like, come on now, that's
I
something
don't
young
know now.
single females could do when they out there having a little fun. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I don't know no woman that'll go to anyone house that's married and have no type of sleepover. To me, it's for single women's.
I agree. And then the idea that you would go outside with this man instead of screaming for your friend girl, because I know back in the day, me and my friends had the buddy system. Like if we were gonna leave with somebody, or if we
Hmm.
wanted to holler at a dude, or any of that stuff, we all would call each other when we got in. You know what I'm saying? Like we were not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
our homegirl to be mistreated. Okay, we were
no.
coming like the fort. Okay, we were worse than the feds. Okay, let's be motherfucking clear. So, could you imagine you and your friend girl are at her home and you've invited these guys over? And then one of the guys wants to act like he go R word somebody, girl, we would have went ham. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking
Hmm.
girl. Let me be oh, I
That
forgot.
wouldn't happen because my friends wouldn't even do nothing like that.
No, not at all. We females have a code of honor to kind of protect each other. So, how
Right.
would you, in that situation with your daughter there, what if he was going to do the same thing or worse to
To
your
your
daughter?
daughter.
You get what I'm saying? Like, no, I think what she did was she told him anything. She never thought that it would be a story for thousands of people on YouTube. It was just a story meant for him. And I feel
Hmm.
like she had taken advantage of this man so much before she didn't even think up a good alibi. You know what I'm saying? Just, oh yeah, remember that time, and left it at that. And to say that a man was touching you that you haven't given the right to touch you. Okay, just think
Hmm.
about that. But he's touching you, and your child is there, your
That's the
daughter.
bad part about it. That's the bad part about it. Your baby was laying right there next to you, and
Yeah,
you left your child to go outside just for a man
yeah.
who
But so
does
she
that.
says that he took it, but notice she doesn't say. And then he pulled out a gun, or he had a knife, and he told me to go to the car. No, none of that. She
No,
said
ma'am. No,
she didn't want
ma'am.
the baby to wake up. And she wanted to get away from the baby since the baby was awake. So what that tells me is she basically was with somebody. Her friend was probably with somebody in the bedroom. She was with
Hmm.
her dude in the living room. And it got a little bit more. So she wanted to go outside in that car. She wanted to go.
Hmm. So she
That
went wake her baby up, point blank, period.
girl, I don't even think she cared about waking the baby up to be 100. I think the guy
But you
probably did.
can't tell her supporters that. You can't tell her supporters that because her supporters gonna believe everything she say. And that right there is like, why? Why y'all want to believe something like that when it's over the internet? Like,
Yeah.
are y'all not paying attention to what people are saying? Or y'all just
Well, I
naive?
think they've heard these things, or at least they've forgotten. And Lavender says, she says, how did leaving work at Kroger's wind up with your daughter at her friend's house spending the night? Make it make sense. Girl,
Exactly.
nights. That was one of them nights probably when you were in college or high school and you knew y'all were gonna be turned up all night. Girl, you could just
Mm-hmm.
crash here. One of those situations. She definitely was not holding herself to a high regard as a married woman. There is no way in hell when I was married, I would have been able to go on, pick up my child, and be like, oh, I'll be back. I'm ready to go spend the night at Keisha's, or I'm about to go over Tasha's tonight. Girl, my husband, Lord, are you kidding me?
Mine wouldn't even allow that.
No. And then to say, look at, okay, so who is this friend that she supposedly, whose home she was with, that she didn't feel comfortable for screaming for help? Because I know
Right.
if I had that situation, if I would have called my friend, girl, he in here trying to arm me. Girl, you don't know what would have came up out that room, okay? My friend
Because
probably,
it wasn't rape. It
yeah,
wasn't rape.
exactly. It definitely was.
Any other woman would have screamed for help. If it was rape and he was touching on you, any other woman would have screamed for help.
Or
But
fought, just fought. I
by
probably
her
would
not
have on
screaming
the
for help or
ground.
doing nothing, people,
Yeah.
it's it wasn't rape, people.
Mm, that's sad, y'all. That is sad. Okay, so let's go back to it because, like I said, going back in the past is how we can see where we're at. Okay,
Hmm.
and this right here, it comes into play so much because her character is now out the bag. She's no longer trying
Hmm.
to be that loving light person that she wanted her people to believe she was. No, she's
Oh
showing us
no,
who she was, and it fits with the person that he said she was too.
he was, yes.
He definitely said she was responsible for him being sick. But hey,
Oh yeah, he said it.
all right, let's go. You're in a bad relationship. It's not going to get any better. That's why it's bad. Leave. Take care of yourself. If it's supposed to be right, it'll come back around and it will be right. Love
Exactly.
shouldn't be that much work. It's not easy, but it shouldn't be that much work. All right, let's see. We get into the good part.
Shouldn't you have said, no, don't do that because I'm married?
Exactly.
Because I'm married. Don't do this because I'm married. And if it continues to happen, you call the cops. The fuck?
So just let me get up. And I went outside with them,
Mm.
and he put me in the back of his Chrysler 200.
That's where
Wait,
Chrysler
hold
come
on.
in at.
Let's see. Okay, he put her in the back. So he put you in the back, or were y'all flirting and kissing and hugging in a room full of people? So y'all went out to his car and screwed. I mean, come on, girl.
That's what that is. And in the favorite vehicle that she liked it at the time.
That's pretty much where we at.
Hmm.
Girl, just be real. That's your story. That's the story we would accept because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does things that they're not proud of. But it's when you be accountable, you can get past it. Don't come on here with this stuff. Girl, I was thinking her husband was some big 6'4", you know what I mean? Like big, stocky, 220
Yeah,
pounds,
girl, me
ready to
too.
choke a bra, you know what I mean? Girl, baby girl, come on.
And
I'm
then
not
when you
getting that
see him, you just
vibe.
like, what did you go through? What did he go through? You feeling bad for
Yeah, what
him.
did he go through? Let's
Chrysler
continue.
200. That's the only first car that came to her mind because that's her favorite car, and that was still her favorite car at this time. This Chrysler, he put her in the back of this Chrysler 200, and his friend held her down while he raped her.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We gotta stop. Okay, so you're laying down in a room with your child, and a guy comes up, starts groping you, feeling on you at night. So you leave your child in the house to go outside with this man to be with him in a car, and then there's enough room for a whole nother man to be there and hold your feet down.
Girl, what? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh, that's screaming train, choo choo. What? I ain't hear that
Hold
part
on.
either.
You see where I'm going with this? Because look,
Yeah,
girl,
we
you
gotta
shouldn't
watch
have
this.
brought up another man. It's no room for another man nowhere in a Chrysler 200, sweetie.
Exactly.
I had a 300 and that would have been impossible. So I know damn well the 200, no, baby. Wow. 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 She was just telling him anything.
because supposedly he was this big time drug dealer.
Mm.
Yep. That's another thing. Money.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Oh
So pretty much
man.
she had met up with a dude.
Prime example of why it's so good for us to have this right here that we can go back to. Because, guys, I had forgotten that she said that another man held her down. Another man held her down. And she didn't scream. So that would have mean she went outside with two men, right? Come on, y'all. This is crazy. Lavender says, but she said her friend's brother came in the house, not brothers. Ooh. Ooh, Chocolate Queen, you ever heard the term that there's truth in a lie? I think this is prime example. She got trained. She don't know who she pregnant by, child. It's a mucker or a fucker. We don't know who she a mucker, a fucker, or a ducker. Okay? We need several tests. Because this bra is really nasty. And don't forget, guys, this is when 90% of her followers and people that were watching this story blamed Love by Erica for being the bad guy and said that Toya was just a little innocent angel.
Dude. He probably was a little sexy, a little something to work with, you know. And she pretty much was ready to do her thing. Let's be real,
Was talking to him, sending texts and all that,
Yeah.
and then she finally said, "Oh, it's got to go down tonight. I don't even care if I got my daughter with me. And my
Well,
homegirl.
she took the daughter
Yeah, my
to make
homegirl
it
can look
seem
after
like
her.
she wasn't home.
Yep, that's what that was. Use that daughter, like, hey, you can come with
Using the
me, so
daughter.
he'll
Yeah, the
believe
daughter
that,
was
like,
just
oh, you
sort of
just want to.
like, yeah,
Who
like
knows? She
in other
probably.
words, if she would have gone out all night without her daughter, well, then you're saying, oh, you were out doing what?
Yeah, that's
But with her
suspicious.
daughter, she could say, why would you say that? I was with, you know what I mean? And I had the baby. What do you think I was gonna do?
Why would
But
you think I
sounds
do
like it's
something
just
like
what
that?
you said. She didn't. Come
So
on now.
she said, hold up, someone was holding her legs in the back.
She said we gotta go back. I think we
Yeah,
should go
because
back
either
on it.
she trying to just make her story seem believable, or homegirl took a ride on the train.
I would. Mm, I'm saying it's
Choo
a train.
choo. Y'all
I'm
throw them
saying it's a
trains
train
Yeah,
because
up.
I think
We
if
allegedly
got
you
she
a
not
ever
on that
alleged,
wait a minute, I'm feeling another name coming on. Choo choo. If you agree and you think there possibly could have been a train that night, please put either a train or a one in the chat. I'm just saying. Ooh, choo choo. Girl, you are foul. You hear me? I mean FILE, honey.
train, girl.
allegedly, but the reason why I'm saying that is because think about it. Why would she even bring another man into it?
Right. Like, what he got to do with that? You said
And
one
you know
man was
how
taking
there's
advantage.
always some truth in a lie?
Yep.
Just like how he said the Chrysler 200 was her favorite car. So
And
she
then you
put that
tell
in
the
the story.
story that right.
hmm And peep this. She put the, excuse me, hold on. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Oh
you
my
all right,
gosh.
Bookie? Cause I know how it is if you get talking and you get to, how
Yes,
that
I
saliva
smell
get caught.
everything. I don't know what happened. Whoo, y'all, good Lord. I'm trying to get this out. Okay, let's be real. let's get to the bottom of it, guys. Like, that's what I love about being able to have a platform and have somebody like you, Nosy. Check this out, right? She brought up the other man that said that he held her arms down in case she had to come back again and say, oh, shoot, he not the daddy either.
Right. That second man, well, look, if it ain't
Because she
him,
already
then
saying allegedly it was taken. So in other words, if he's not the dad and he's not the dad, she had to leave a question out there.
yep, someone else.
And
And
it'll
then
probably be, okay, both of them had me, but I didn't want to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, well,
they
where's this
took
other dude
advantage
coming
of me. Like, yeah, who is this other dude? Because if something, what if they was to sit up there and she went and got someone else tested and the name come out, and then you like, okay, so your story ain't making sense. You said someone. Oh, I meant to tell you, and it was someone holding me in the back. What?
from? What are you talking about, lady? And look, Miss Scott, where was her friend at? Because in one thing, you know this, ladies, we roll deep when we're with our friends. We don't allow our friends to get treated like this.
Oh no.
My
Mm-mm.
friends and I, when we used to club and all of that when we were younger, we would.
Yes, Antoinette. And yes, thank you, Asia's World. Yes, baby, I'm okay. That was from months ago. I don't know what got me so choked. I'm fine. But look, Antoinette says, Wicked Angel, is Latoya getting child support from the real deal on both kids? From what it seems, he is responsible for both kids, just out of the love that he had for both children. Isn't that something? Isn't that crazy? And he's been paying the child support, but she wouldn't even allow him to see the kids until he came here on YouTube. Remember that? Can't make this up.
Call each other when we got home. We would, if somebody left with somebody, we would know who it
Yep.
was,
Like,
where
who you leaving
we
with and
didn't
all
play
that.
that.
Mm-mm.
And this is supposedly at this co-worker's home. Girl, you went and got it in. Girl,
Yeah, and this is what gets me. She said the brother and a friend came in. So what I'm thinking is, it won't know. Was it even a friend's house you went to, or was it two dudes you were going to go meet up with? Like, it's just a lot of speculation to
yeah,
that
she
because
got
the
turned
friend's
up.
not mentioned.
She got turned up. Let's be clear. She got turned. She got turned up.
They probably gave her a little bit of that, that CBD.
Yeah, oh, that's ain't nothing wrong with a little CBD. She probably
Yeah,
did
girl,
a
a
little
little bit of
drinky
that
too.
little drinky drink. Started
Yeah.
feeling herself, and they
Hey,
probably.
and didn't he say she was doing videos? So let's think about this.
Oh
This
yeah,
could have
she was
even been
making
a
a
money
video.
grab.
Oh yeah, they probably offer her something.
Yeah, I mean seriously, because think about it. How she went through the trouble to lie like this to get over there.
Oh yeah, and it's something she wanted bad. Oh yeah, that's something she
And
wanted.
then look at this. It was an all night thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm married, I've been married, I'm divorced, but I've known married women to have affairs. And one thing about it, girl, that thing be quick. They don't want to be bothered.
Mm-mm.
That's what, girl, stop. They don't want that. They would never, set up a plan in motion to go sleep with their side dude. They wouldn't do that. You get what I'm saying? Now if they met with him, it was going to be a quick boom, boom, boom. Maybe he'd go to his house, but they going back home to their husband because, of course, it's something that's keeping them in that marriage. And
Exactly.
I do not condone cheating, y'all. But I'm old. I've experienced a lot. I've seen a lot. So to say that this woman went through the trouble to get an alibi all night, she got turned. She was turned all the way up. All the way up.
And then think it was gonna catch up to her, but when the son came along, and she probably won't thinking he was gonna go get no DNA and all that, and she wouldn't have to worry
She thought
about her
she had
template.
him under her spell. He
Mm-hmm.
already was taking her back after cheating and video or whatever. So I mean, turn it up a notch. That's
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah, Miss Scott. That really is sick. Yeah, it's is unbelievable. I really hope this is scripted. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I hope this is all scripted because this
to
is a
help
hot
they
ass mess
channels
for
because
real.
if it's true, she going out. It's not making her look good.
No, not at all. All right, let's go back a little bit. See, let's run this back and really listen.
That's the only first car that came to her mind because that's her favorite car.
Okay, wait a minute.
Let's go help people customize and
Another
save even on
ad,
YouTube.
guys.
Okay, who sat at my
Guys,
desk?
thank you for coming to the show. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, please hit the like button. Please hit that like button. I'm not sure what it does, but I need you to do it because everybody
This
says so.
Chrysler, she put her
Right,
in the
because I
back of this
shared it
Chrysler
too.
200,
Thank you, boo.
and his friend held her down while he raped her.
What?
Go back.
This is
Somebody
famous.
because supposedly he was this big time drug dealer, and she didn't want him to shoot up her parents' house.
Wait, whoa.
That's where Chrysler come in at.
The Chrysler 200. That's the only first car that came to her mind because that's her favorite car. That was still her favorite car at this time. This Chrysler, he put her in the back of this Chrysler 200, and his friend held her down.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. And let me see if I can really quickly pull up a picture. Chrysler 300.
Yeah, because we need to see what kind of room is in there. Or did they take
2011.
turns?
Yeah, let's see this. Let's see this. Let's give this.
What if they were switching? Maybe, what if both car doors was open and then one's behind and then oh God, I don't even want to picture that.
It's tiny. But that's what I'm telling you. So okay, hold on. I found pictures. I'm just trying to figure out.
She probably was on some spontaneous stuff and they had her up on the hood or something or the trunk. I mean,
Baby, she got it in. I don't care what.
She was spontaneous all up in that Chrysler.
Girl, let me tell you, and you can tell this is a little sedan. Guys, just give me a second because I'm having to stop the video from sharing right now. This page and change it. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, this is rough. Cause look, let's investigate this. This is a picture, guys, I'm about to show you of the Chrysler 200, and I did put in 2011 just because he did mention it. That's what it was, the year it came out and whatnot. But as you can see, that's actually the smaller Chrysler. I myself had the 300, which is a little bit bigger. So this car right here.
Oh wow, yeah.
Is about the size of a Maxima, if that.
Yeah, like what
It's
can
more like
you
Altima.
and then given her size, cause she looked like she could be a little bit tall, and given her size or whatnot, like how is that possible?
So how is that possible? So
Unless
you
she
mean to
bent
tell
over in
me
the seat and he was on the
either
outside.
like where the doors open and okay, let's be clear. She would have had to be in the back seat, right? There's not even a middle. So she would have had to be in the back seat because, of course, the steering wheel would have restricted any way that somebody would have been able to take it. Come on, come on, come on.
It's just something. I think that door was open and she bent in, and then he stood there. And maybe they took turns.
I don't even think she did it in the car. I think the car was a lie. I think it's like he said she brought up the car because it was what she wanted.
Yeah, and that's what
But I
the
feel
dude
that
was driving.
yes, but I feel she just went over to his house and he had a
And there
roommate.
won't no friend. Yep. And then the
And
roommate said, "Hey,
yeah,
let me
or
get
the
in."
friend had a friend. You get what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? Where it was some old, but it was definitely X-rated. I'm sorry.
Or this, both of the girls, how they be like, "Well, I got a friend, he gonna have his homeboy there, and I got my daughter." And they probably like, "Hey, it's cool, we could put her in the back room or something." And they probably went in, did what it did, and maybe in another room or whatever.
I think so too. I think they did it all over the house. I'm gonna be real with you. I think she just been using this man, and she felt she could tell him whatever he believe it. So she didn't care. She was just telling him. She
I
didn't
wonder if
know
that's why
this
she get with
story was
older
gonna come
men or
up on
something like
YouTube.
that. You know what I'm saying? Get with an older man and sit up there and, and feel secure or something like, oh, I know he
Oh,
ain't
you
going
know they
nowhere.
do it.
And
Hmm.
then go mess with what she really want to mess with, but no, she got that older man at the house.
Yeah, she definitely. Or it was a straight money grab. Some
Yeah, because
old
she been doing a
OnlyFans
little
type
bitty. Yeah,
action.
her little her OnlyFans. I won't be surprised if someone come out and expose.
Hey, but
I'm the
she's
one
so
that had
new
that
in it.
Chrysler.
It doesn't look good because I'm telling you, that car is way too small for two grown ass sized men, plus her big behind
Exactly.
to be sitting in there all having sex and he holding her down. If he was
Ooh.
holding her down, then he could, like, in other words, either her legs were held down or her arms. So it
This
seems like she was saying her arms,
this
which
my
would mean she
thing.
would be kicking. That little ass
Exactly.
car, girl, stop.
And my thing
Outside,
is, if he asked you to go
outside.
outside, you didn't state he had no weapon or nothing, or he had you at knife point.
She
So
said
you
she
drove there.
went outside with
Yeah,
him.
why you ain't run to your car and take off or something, and then just say call 911. Look, my daughter's there. I got to get away. You ain't do
Yeah.
none of
And
that,
then automatically another man appears to hold her down. I don't
girl.
get it.
Bye.
So both the back doors were open. A woman was getting assaulted like that outside. Outside.
And there's no nearby neighbors, and you're
And
not
she didn't
screaming
yell
loud
for her
enough.
friend. Because
Yeah,
remember, it was her friend or her co-workers' people.
and your friend just letting that go down without calling the police.
And you continued to work there. Girl, girl.
Miss us with that BS.
DJ, you need to get over here, baby. We can help you. We can help you. God bless you for
For
coming
real,
out with
come
your
over
truth.
here instead of doing it. I just got to put this out there. I like listening to Gangsta Emoji, but I think he's infatuated with what Crier has going on because he's always trying to get in tune, like with someone he's affiliated with. DJ, come over
Yeah.
here,
You
honey, and
feel like
join
he's
the panel.
biased. And see, that's what I don't want to be biased. I want to tell it like I really feel it because that's what I want to give them.
Yeah,
My
because what got me at
how,
first, he said he's a big fan of Crier, and we all know that, and we all see that. But the thing is, he was saying how he liked Erica and them at first, and then he gets with Crier and exposed that she was recording, and then now you try to get the
yes,
interview
yes.
with Latoya. Like, why is it gotta be
Mhm.
who's he involved with? You reach out every time.
Yeah.
You need to come over here so we can talk to him. He needs some ladies to give some standpoints and all that.
Yeah, and I do think that well, the wet baby was saying that Gangster Moji works with Mr. Cryer or they're friends of some sort.
Because
That's
from
what
what
she said.
the
And
video I
maybe
get, he
believe
said when he was trying to build a friendship by admitting to him that he was gonna record and all that, but he said after that Crier didn't trust him like that and didn't talk to him. So I feel that how Crier is. If he feel like he did whatever, he probably kind of look down like.
that, yeah.
And
Went
then
away.
he's affiliated with J. Michael, and they had however they
Oh
feel
my
about each
gosh,
other.
girl,
So
girl, we need to do
yeah.
a reaction on that music, Lord, girl. But anyway, okay, so it's your girl Minnie. Welcome, baby. She says, but did you hear him say that she said the dude was feeling on her and she told him not right now? My daughter is right here. So they went outside. Yes.
That's already caught up right there. So that's probably
That's
saying,
telling the
hey, we can't
story.
do this right now. Let's go
Let's
out
go
here.
outside. And then
Because the
like I
daughter,
said,
why? She probably was at
well,
an age where she can run her mouth.
girl, I think they did it in the house, outside the house, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. Girl, she turned up. You hear what I'm saying?
Girl, they did it
She
to
got
the
it all out.
112
She
song
had
with
been
the
with
112
him,
song playing in the background.
and she had probably been with him. Probably did not really want to be in the relationship as is, and you know how that goes. I don't like how his assistant does the interview. What you don't like about it, Miss Scott? I kind of like the interview the assistant did. I thought she got to a couple of points when she definitely tripped her up in a couple of lies.
She showed did, and I like how she bring it out, like asking her at first, so you didn't know him, and she was like, "Oh no, I ain't know him." Okay, so some people digged up something from your past, a post from
Mm-hmm.
2020. Then she talking about something I don't recall. Girl, you a lie. Now see, let that be me. I'm like, all right, well, you don't recall, but it looks like you're bending the truth here. But anyways, we're gonna move forward.
Okay, moving on. Okay, okay. So let's see. Let's go back. But yes, she did. She really did do that, though. You're absolutely right. She did say that he was feeling on her, and she told him to stop. Her daughter was there, and then they went outside. I mean, come on.
Wow. He raped her.
What?
He didn't tell nobody because supposedly he was this big time drug dealer, and she didn't want him to shoot up her parents' house.
It was a big time drug dealer.
Girl, he was gonna shoot up the house
My
for
thing is, how
what?
would he know where your parents live at? See, that's another lie. How he know where your parents
Oh,
live
because
at?
he ain't supposed to even know her name.
Just
Mm,
all kinds of lies. How would he know that? Has he met you there before? Like, come on now.
mm, mm. Okay, so did she or didn't she say that she was asleep? She didn't even know these guys, right?
Yeah, yep. Said
She
the
was
brother and
asleep.
the friend walked in, and I guess the friend touched on her.
Mm.
Why
So
would he randomly
okay, so
touch
that
you
means
though?
that the brother held her down.
Cause that's my thing. Now, if you listen, he said that the brother and the dude walked in. So why would he randomly? Now, come on now, picture this: you laying beside your daughter
Hey,
sleeping.
young boy.
Why would he just start touching on you, knowing your child is right beside you? What kind of look is that?
That doesn't even sound right. And
It
it doesn't
don't.
sound right. Why was the baby even downstairs?
Oh,
Girl, that
girl.
baby probably was laying over there on the one sofa on the love seat, and they were over there on the big one, dipping in. Girl, stop.
Mm.
Look, we are. Mm.
She started making a little bit of noise and said, "Hold on, we gonna have to go outside."
No,
Cause
let's
like
get
I said, what if the
outside.
daughter was talking at that age and then she get back, daddy, so
Well,
mama
once she probably got hot and knew she wanted to give it up, she probably had no
mm-hmm.
problem going on out to the car to get bust down. Ooh, girl, Creole Bader, you are girl. And it's
See,
sad
that was her
because
stage name right there.
well, when she told this story to him, she thought she was just telling him. You get what I'm saying? And she
Exactly.
knew kind of like he believed 90% of what she said. So she didn't care. She didn't even care to come up with a good alibi. I know she kicking her own self in the ass.
Like, cause if you listen back to the story, a lot of people is gonna point out what we pointing out. How would he know your parents? For one, why would he touch you when that child is laying beside you?
Yep. 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 Latoya did. Mr. Cryer just did. Her ex-husband bashed him all the interviews she did. Why she wasn't staying home? Exactly, Miss Scott.
Right.
Because she had some to go get. She had that eggplant she
She
went to
wanted that
go
Peter
get knocked
Griffin.
down.
She wanted that Peter Griffin. That's what it was.
That's what that Peter Griffin, yes. Ain't nothing wrong with little Peter Griffin. You know, it is good sometimes, but not when you are married behind a woman with a child. And
Right.
it's sad as hell. She really did take her child with her to go home.
Now that's the part that's not a good look. That's the part that make us question your goody two shoes and your Miss Spiritual and all that. You are a hypocrite and you are a
Hmm.
liar.
Yeah, she's a hypocrite. She's definitely a hypocrite because she's always talking about she's not perfect and she sins this and that, but then in the next breath it's well I don't do this and that, love and light. Come on, girl, cut it out, cut
I'm
it out.
just about my family and I want to do family things. Yeah, now that you got older a little bit and you done quit your hoeing.
Yeah, in the interview she
I'm sorry. I don't think she quit. Okay. She kicked it up a notch. And what you guys got to realize is during this time that he came out, she was with Mucka already. This is when she had just left Mr. Cryer. Okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear. So no, the hoeing ain't stopped. Okay, it's sped up.
Also said she had experience with both genders, but that females were
Yeah, she
worse
did
than
say
the
that.
men.
So that's what got my. I'm like, hold up.
Mm,
So
hold
she
on.
she had the cat to fondle with too, with another cat.
Okay, so let's be real. Now you know that that friend that held her down was a woman.
They had a threesome. That's what that
That's
was.
exactly. Now we're getting
Threesome.
somewhere. Now we are getting somewhere. People, thank you for coming to my show. Thank you, Nosy, for being here and helping us figure this mess out. But I feel like we're getting somewhere. I feel if I had to bet right now on it, we're on the road to something.
Yeah,
It
we are.
wasn't a guy, or she wasn't lying when she said it was a brother and his friend, or but it was really a dude and the friend was a female. It was a co-worker, and I think it was at the co-worker's house.
And the coworker was down for a little menage a trois,
Definitely
and
yes, the co-worker. And those of you know what I'm talking about in the work environment. Ain't nothing wrong with a little flirty. Sometimes it gets a little heated.
right, maybe having a little work hubby or a work wife, something like
Okay.
that.
It's your girl Minnie said he needs to get a DNA DNA for the daughter too. If you ask me, a Dana, as he say, he needs to get a
Yeah,
Dana
Dana.
girl. Get
He
that
said she
Dana.
chocolate, but just because she chocolate, like
That
you
what
don't
you
mean that.
say,
She might like some
girl.
chocolate men.
Hmm. Tell the truth, Minnie. I think the daughter is his, but not the son. Not.
I don't see no
Well,
resemblance.
I think she was probably playing with him when she got pregnant by the daughter. You know what I mean? She was really probably just not even that serious with him.
Hmm.
And that's probably why she ended up marrying him because of that. That's what I think. I feel like she's a freak.
The way her parents seem to be, it seemed like that mom would be like, you was up there lay down with him. Y'all need to be settling down together. Y'all out here wanting to have kids.
And I could see that happening too. And he seems like a genuinely sweet guy. He really does. He seems like the kind of guy that would really, love his family and really try and do whatever he could to keep it together.
To save it. Yep.
Yeah, he does. And I don't think he's lying. I'm sorry, I don't get lying from him. But I could be wrong. Hey, it didn't happen a lot, but it's happened once or twice now. All right, let's hear this again.
Big time drug dealer, and you don't want him to shoot up your parents' house because supposedly he did some other stuff that she knew about.
Lies. Whoa,
What?
whoa, catch it,
Hold on.
catch
Yeah,
it,
stop
catch it,
that.
catch it. Hold on, catch it. She knows he did other stuff.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
like what?
that definitely was her little side dude.
Yeah, like, oh, I got something on you. So why would if this just so called happened and he just took advantage of you, what stuff do you know on this man unless you've been chilling with him, talking with him?
Well,
And
she
why
probably. I feel like that night it was wild. You get what I'm saying? I think it was anything goes. That's why she took the daughter, because when she took that daughter, it was gonna be all night.
my thing is if you know some stuff out on him, wouldn't it be the other way around? Wouldn't he be kind of afraid for you to try to put something out there like, oh, I can get you locked up. Don't let me go tell this and that. Like it just
Yeah,
don't her story is all chopped the hell up.
yeah. And notice she never talk. He never talks about her being upset or her how she was crying and told him to stop. None of that.
She seemed calm when she was telling that story and the way he's
Well,
putting it.
especially when she says how she went outside with him.
Mm.
When she said she went outside with him, she basically just said that the daughter was there sleeping, so they went outside to the Chrysler 200. Mm.
Boy, people just
Ooh, y'all. This is a lot that I forgot. Now I remembered, of course, that he said she had cheated, but hearing this brings back a lot that I had just forgotten. So I hope you guys are enjoying the show. You know, we taking a blast to the past 7 months ago. Okay, when all of this mess really, really, really crunk open. And as you can see, there were so many holes in this woman's story. It ain't even funny. I forgot that she had said that it was another man involved. And yeah, I really do still think that possibly it could have been a three-way with the female, the guy, and everything. And my question would be, yeah, how would she have known he was a drug dealer and all that? Allegedly, she just went over to her friend girl's house, and there was some strange guy that was there that started fondling her. And then she told him, well, let's just go outside because my daughter's here. So how does she know about this man being a big drug dealer? Mm, mm. Girl, I'm asking for a friend. Please answer. Toya, how did you know that he was a big drug dealer?
Not who they say they are.
Nope.
And look, y'all know the big drug dealer didn't work at Kroger. I'm just saying.
Now, this dude is supposedly was locked up. She got him locked up, and they supposed to let her know when he get out, if he ever get out.
What?
What?
That's okay. If I'm with Mr. Crowd, what? Okay, so that's a convenient story. So hold on. So you mean to tell me you went through a whole sexual assault trial and the man was convicted forever and your husband doesn't know?
Yeah, he
You
don't
had
know
him
nothing
thinking the
about that.
child was his? Girl.
My thing is, hold on. So if something really did happen to you and you went to trial and
Hey,
you was dealing with him
Rashikia.
because you had the daughter, wouldn't y'all already have known that and discussed that, and he wouldn't be worrying about no paternity tests? How come it ain't no, he ain't talk about when I do remember when she was going to court and all that, but I ain't know what it was for. No, we didn't get that. This is like it's something that happened and kept quiet. Oh yeah, but he got locked up and all that. What? No, he probably
Yeah.
got locked up for being caught with something, and that's what you using to your advantage. Oh, he got, he in jail now, but not for that reason.
Wow. I think that just shows how low she'll go. And you see how manipulative she was with this man. That's
Right.
crazy.
And on
That's
that
absolutely crazy.
before we play it, yeah, I believe that because you remember when Cryer in his video he says something about yeah, you got so and so and I got 5 brothers and this and that. So he was trying to insinuate like, hold on, if you trying to talk about, sending some goons or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, I got backup too, honey. I know where you live at too.
Oh, if you watch her Thanksgiving video, it'll probably definitely show who was threatening. I guarantee it. Samaji said they tag team Latoya. Yep, I'd say that,
They
girl.
damn
And
sure
I think it
did.
was some girl, some boy, girl, some. Mm, mm. That's why it was her favorite car because that's the car he had, and she was impressed. Yep. Hey, Keisha, welcome to the chat. And see, that's the thing that surprises me, all the lies. Like, look how she just now here's another okay, for those of you who just coming in, I really appreciate you coming. We're just right
Yeah,
now
girl,
doing
they are
a
coming in.
reaction.
That's good.
We're doing a reaction to Mr. Cryer's reaction to DJ The Real Deal, Senior 713's channel. Girl, if he gonna be on YouTube, I just want him to shorten his name.
For real, because if you giving shout outs, that's just too long to
Baby,
say.
you the whole damn
That's
go
why I'm just like
title.
DJ. I just keep
Yo,
saying
yeah,
DJ.
leave that thing at DJ.
Out. Because supposedly he did some other stuff that she knew about.
Well, people just not who they say they are they?
But now, this dude is supposedly was locked up. She got him locked up, and they supposed to let her know when he get out, if he ever get out. Now,
What?
we married,
That's crazy.
and
That don't sound right.
I ain't heard shit about you going to no court.
Oh, he did
None
say.
of this.
Yeah.
So, when did you go to court for this rape or any of this?
Oh, freaking goodness.
Yeah, I did my video.
So,
Mm.
so let me get this straight. Let me get this straight here. So she gets knocked up. It's alleged. Let me put that out there. It's alleged.
Alleged.
See you later, not having Wi-Fi when you.
Hold on, got an ad going. While that's playing, I'm just gonna play the disclaimer.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I told y'all this girl won't no
Wipe their
good.
credit
Didn't
card.
I tell y'all?
Bless Erica Hard, boy. She took one. Hey, she won this week.
She showed it. I know she is
Erica
crying, girl.
is.
Oh, I
Oh,
know
you
she
know
is.
she might just fall out the bushes after the end of this video. One more, he do one more, explosive interview. She might fall all out the bushes, girl.
This man as the husband don't know nothing about the court date,
Exactly.
the sentencing, the conviction, the guilty plea.
Exactly. We feel the same way. There is no possible way that woman would have went through that type of abuse. Number one, she had a daughter with her. So, daggone well, a woman is, gonna do whatever she can to protect herself and her child. And this
Exactly.
woman is basically saying that a man was touching on her, grabbing on, so she just walked outside. None of that makes sense.
And
If
gave it up.
anything, she would have grabbed her baby and went the hell upstairs wherever her friend was, or went home to her husband. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible girl.
Nothing?
Nothing.
What? Where they do that at?
They don't.
I'll be damned if my wife, I'm not married, obviously. My wife or my girlfriend, my woman, has an issue and if my woman gets a traffic ticket and got to go to court for the traffic ticket, I'm going to know about that traffic ticket.
I know.
First of all, I'm going to make sure it's paid before the court date.
Mm.
That way, when we go to court, it's a done deal. So something this serious?
I agree.
And you don't know anything about the court date? Something of this magnitude? Something of this magnitude right here? Guys, my battery is about to die. I'm about to be upset. But let's keep going until it dies.
I know that's
Girl,
right.
everybody having battery problems. My little battery at like 2%. If I breathe hard on my laptop, it's gonna go black. So I need to warn you, Nosy. If it does, I'll be right back. But
I'll
yeah,
be right here.
for real, he is telling the truth. That's no way possible this woman went through any sort of trial, got anyone in trouble. It's no sort of way she had stuff on this man, and it's damn sure no way that this man was taking advantage of her with another man holding her down in a little tiny behind it.
Right. And where's the
Right.
friend's testimony and all this? And who is the friend? That friend need to come forward.
And you didn't think that when you found out you were pregnant, even if she was so shocked that it happened, wanted to put it past her, like, you know what, it's over with, no harm, whatever, I can get through this by myself. I'm keeping.
Ooh.
Sweetie, you got pregnant shortly afterwards.
Yeah, my thing is why during the pregnancy, none of them thoughts was in your head like, look, I may need to come forward with something. You didn't even do that. So that lets me know that story is all fake.
That's sad. I mean, then that's not even a good lie at all.
That's a sad lie because people really go through some, ish like that. And for you to sit up there and use that, don't speak it into existence, because if you cry wolf and that actually happened, we're not going to fall for that.
So true. So very true. So very true. And she doesn't understand how the YouTube street work because Mr. Cryer and Love by Erica have done so much work. So they're making it look easy.
Hey, reviews and more. Welcome to the building, my love. Come on in. We're taking a time machine back to 7 months ago when DJ The Real Deal came out of the bushes on Toya, and pretty much, girl, we forgot a lot of this stuff, like about how she said that another guy was holding her down, about the fact that they were in this little tiny Chrysler 200, and the fact that she said that the poor man had been arrested and charged and sentenced without her husband even knowing any of this happened. And also about the fact that when they did get a paternity test and it was proven that the son wasn't his, she replied, "Oh, that couldn't be right. Oh, girl, you couldn't be right. That's what that is. You couldn't be right."
You know, so she, as far as she's concerned, I got my camera, got my iPhone, I'm on it, especially with the subs coming off Mr. Cryer.
Yeah,
But what she doesn't understand is they have been through hell and back high noon.
right. You got to
They've
go through
had to
that
fight
hell,
their demons.
surpass it,
What?
and then when
They've
you get
had
those
to.
hate comments, you just ignore it, keep it moving.
Lord, this is crazy. I can't even believe this even. This just blows my mind that she actually told a grown man this BS story.
Damn, that wasn't important enough to be mentioned
Exactly my point.
because it didn't happen.
Right.
He said because it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man, I'm not Willie Cuckoo. I don't even know if I was born that night, but I know for sure I wasn't born last
I
night.
know that's
That's
right.
right.
Oh snap, Mr. Cryer, damn.
Now, at that hospital,
He said, I don't know if I was born that night, but it wasn't last night.
For real.
and I asked you that question, the answer was, it's no possibility that anybody else can be his dad because I haven't been with nobody else.
Oh boy, this is crazy, man.
You didn't think that if you got raped that would have been a time to tell me?
That'd have been time to call the police when you get raped.
Right.
Yeah, that story. How many holes is that? What, 5, 6?
Oh, girl, it's just so many damn whole. Oh,
She
jeez.
didn't even put effort. You know what I'm saying? She just
To
said,
make it sound good, because when you start hearing the story, you're like, well, hold on. If this happened, then why?
Erica says she's moving out of Houston and raising her kids alone.
Oh wow, out of Houston, or is she going back to her country town where she from? Might
I
be.
think she wants Mr. Cryer back.
I
I don't
think she
think
do
she's going
too.
anywhere.
I think she was just she got used to that man. I mean, she now look,
Yeah,
that relationship that we seen, that's the longest relationship besides Mama Selena that I seen him in.
that's true. Yes, Samaji, that was the friends that the friend was the meeting post. I mean the meeting spot. Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that too.
Mm-hmm.
And the friend was involved in a little mess they had going on. I know what she mean by she was being held down. That girl probably had them legs strapped down. Oh God.
That's what I'm the. I don't want to give people too much of it, whatever visual, but
Mm.
because but
That's
yeah,
what that
when she
was.
put
She
their
was
hands down, I think that
pinned
girl
down.
was holding her arms while he was girl.
Oh, she
Latoya
wild.
still
She a
talks
little
to
bit
her
wild.
ex-husband's sister.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Latoya still talks to her ex-husband's sister. She does her hair.
She did say that. Yeah.
So that's even more of a reason not to believe all the stuff she was saying about him being so abusive.
See, what's gonna be crazy if he bring his sister on the channel and be like, "Look, I don't want to do this to her, but the truth is the truth. And if I burn any bridges or cut, we ties get cut after this, I don't care because I ain't nobody about to sit up there and talk bad about my brother."
Exactly. Girl. As soon as Latoya started her channel, she couldn't wait to show her family. Facts, Trisha Bryson. Yeah,
Right.
she couldn't wait. She had them all get up, the same as Mucker.
Brought them
A
all up
hundred of
there.
them.
Now they saying the mama got a channel. Who the
Yeah,
hell
girl.
who the hell gonna tune into that? Now I know those delusional fans of hers that she gained off Crier. Now they
They
may
will.
get her to 1,000, but people like us, I feel like we deserve that 1,000 because like what Latoya, what kind of entertainment do you got to bring?
And that's true, but that's her whole thing was gonna be the live and light, be inspirational.
Let me get your inspiration. Look, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I was out there.
You on
Let
it.
us hear that.
Take
Tell
down
us
the
something real, like what you've been through, cause we already know you was a thought. So that'll be interesting to hear about your thotty days.
only fan study. Oh girl. The shade, the shade, the shade. She probably trolling like hell.
And that you didn't get right, that's why you didn't tell me at that time. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm making this video right now. Like I say, it's like 3 in the morning. I'd be like 4 o'clock now. But whenever this video does get back around to my kids, because I know it is.
Yeah, it
I
will.
just want my kids to know that, hey,
Another ad. Wow, that's crazy. Mm, I can't believe.
Mm-mm-mm.
Who she says the same thing. I hope y'all give thanks to God. No, yeah, I hope y'all gave thanks to God. Yeah, we do need to thank God in everything we do,
And
especially.
not just call on him and use him when
Mhm.
you trying to get some sympathy from,
Yeah,
people.
that's what I was gonna say. Especially when we wake up. Shoot,
Oh,
that's
I
enough,
always be praised for waking up, cause ooh,
girl. I know. Okay, wait a minute. I muted it. Let me go
thankful
back
for
a
the world.
little bit.
Even though in my heart, hey, I'm there.
Mm.
Amen.
I'm all you know, and
I hope Mr. Cryer reaches
Jesus
out to
Christ,
him.
you know
man.
what? I think they look like they could be really cool
I
and good
was
friends and all that.
thankful
I
for
wish
the
you wouldn't like
world.
I
that.
think
Even
so too, and
though
Mr. Clark could
when
like
I played
inspire him
cards
and stuff.
as
That's what
girls,
I'm saying. Mr. Clark at least has a soul, Like, do I think he all candy cane land? No, I don't. But do I think he is a melanated brother that doesn't mind helping every now and then? I think he'll do it. I
I
think
think
he'll
he
do it.
might reach out to him and like, look, man, I see what you've been through. I'm gonna give you, shout him out and stuff like that. Brings people over there. Hell, you see
Yeah,
what happened with Toya?
yeah, yeah,
Because I
yeah.
would love to hear. See, he got to keep us wanting more. He could tell us, start off with how we met, then come with different parts leading up to what made him call it
Mhm,
quit.
mhm. And it's funny because I feel like he's up for the challenge. If she says his
as
name
girls
or
such
does another
a big
video,
wedge in
even
between the
if if
relationship
she
between
keeps being
me
nice
and my kids.
nasty with Erica, I think yeah, I really think he has some heavy artillery to throw at her.
He know a lot because he been with her for years and he know her and what would be messed up for her to be crying all this and then he really put out there what she's did, how she did it, maybe even know the
Sure.
people that did it with her.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
Between stars has grown such a big wedge
Oh,
in
Damien's in
between the
here.
relationship between
What?
me and my kids.
Yes,
I'm
girl.
But
hey,
I
Mr.
know
Cryer.
with
I'm
faith
Hey.
wait, hold
and
on. Let
everything,
me
we
pause the
continue to
video.
keep going first. Just like
Oopsie.
he healing me physically.
Mr. Cryer, thank you so much for coming to the chat. We were gonna be doing a reaction of DJ The Real Deal. I wanted to say his whole name, but it's just too long. But DJ, and I saw where you actually did a reaction to his. So rather to do that, I hope you don't mind. But we wanted to get like or I wanted to give an honest reaction of us reacting to your reaction of his video. And I must say, we're on point. Like we think a lot alike. Like you really are hitting a lot of points. We even saying the same thing, and I kid you not, this was not the first. The first time I put your video on, I only got to get to half. So I
Right.
see it. That's real.
And let me just point out there that I debunked that I found out about that furniture thing. And I'm gonna say it once again. Old girl had two leases. One was paid off in September, opened up another one in October, and we all know the answer to that. Just lies.
Yeah. Oh yes, I appreciate that video you did. You broke that down because yeah, we did debunk that was a lie, and I thank you for that, Nosy. You went in, you broke that one all the way down and
Girl,
showed
found out
where
that
it goes.
girl
You did
information and
pay off that
all.
furniture.
Found out everything.
That's why I didn't do the lie. Hey, Ocean Wave, salute. Mr. Cryer, like, thank you. Like, really, I appreciate that. Look, he probably out. Mr. Cryer probably like, I ain't going to stay around these crazy women.
Like
But
y'all get back
look,
into the video. Y'all talk. Yeah, all right, I'm here.
okay, so let's get back to the video.
He healing me and bringing me through this testimony that I'm going through, this test, this trial that I'm going through right now. I know for sure He gonna fix that relationship with my kids. I know this is just a storm that I'm passing through. I know
Amen.
this storm shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, I'm gonna make it known what I'm going through.
See what I'm saying? See, and that's the thing. You can't help but hear this man's sorrow because it's everything about him. You see, he's physically hurting. You see, mentally, he's been through a lot. Just think of what it would be like. Your wife sitting up there has cheated on you multiple times,
And you stayed there.
and you stayed. And then you have a child that you suspect might not be yours, but you want it to be yours so bad.
And you stuck it out until you said, "Hey, just one day, like let me go to Walgreens because something ain't right."
Yeah, yeah. And especially if he had family around him that probably knew, I can only imagine. My heart
Right.
breaks
And
up
then the
for him.
part is the
Just,
part that the kids and him crying because oh man.
yeah, that's rough there. That's rough. And then him see just the whole overall idea. I feel hell, she could have got on YouTube and told about that. I mean, not, putting herself in such a bad light, but she could have definitely talked about how she was married and took advantage of her husband and
Yeah,
she
like
learned
guys,
from it.
I have sinned before, and I'm gonna tell you my experience. So you could have told that experience, and then when he came up, he'd be like, "Okay, well, she admitted to that. She admitted to her faults, but it seems you ain't admit to nothing because you up here bashing the man and making it seem like you just this single mother." And he probably like, "Hold on, no, no, no. Let me tell. I was in the life, still am in the life, but let
Hmm.
me tell you
Hmm.
about you."
Hmm. Hey, Candy's wig. That's crazy. I can't believe she was that bold.
And I'm gonna rectify the situation
Absolutely.
so that when I come through, it's made very clear what I went through.
Mm.
That's all I got for y'all this morning. I'm about to
Jesus, man.
Yeah,
And
for
then the
real.
title
Jesus,
is like
take
up
the
at
wheel.
3 a.m. thinking about the kids. And he
Yeah,
couldn't sleep off that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And it's sad because number one, I don't see where this man cares anything about a YouTube channel. Look at his name. You know what I mean? Like it's really
Yeah.
wrong, probably because that's probably his Gmail. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like he's not anything to do with social media. This man
And
probably
he
doesn't.
wasn't thinking probably that the video get passed around. 'Cause like, well, if it makes some round for, people to see this. And he gained attention because he done got almost 2,000 viewers attention of this. li-
Yeah, very
Ooh.
true. Well, you know how it is in the streets of YouTube, Mr. Cries fan, and that they're a very hot topic. So when people come along such as him, this, I mean, but you can't make it up. You can't get this in Hollywood movies. Like seriously, you have your villains, you've got your heroes, you've got,
Yep.
you know what I mean? It's like the whole love stories, the triangles. So you can't help but become, kind of like glued to wanting to know what's going on. And I don't think, and I could be wrong, but I don't think we're just addicted to the drama. I think we're more so just addicted to your lifestyle. We want to see.
Right.
So
And as
anytime that door comes open a little bit, we like, hold on, hold on, hold on. It looks a little warm in there. Let me hold on. And we just truck on through. Sorry. But
Right,
it's
and as I stated, if she would have done this just like him, if she would have came on here, and I still stand by that, because it's gonna be some delusional people, which is fans that's mostly criers, still stick by her side. But my thing is, Latoya, if you really wanted to make this family channel, why you ain't do it a few years back? Because you know you wouldn't have got nobody. You would be just like us, sitting up here getting maybe 500 subs and all that. But no,
mhm,
you sat
mhm.
up there and try to, play different than what the other two women did, got their attention, but now they're about to see you for what you really are.
Hey, Queen Lakers. Yeah, and that's just it. And it's sort of like you better be careful what you ask for. She wanted to
Exactly.
be a YouTuber. She saw how they were getting paid. She didn't know the price for it.
But oh, I'm not gonna make no YouTube. I'ma just we gonna go our separate ways. And but as soon as he dropped the video, and he ain't even
Girl,
he just
she was
explained it.
working on her banner.
Girl had a thumbnail and all. While I left with the
Ready,
little bubbles up with girl.
ready. And he's and then being under somebody, like being in a relationship with a YouTuber, she learned a lot of tricks to the
Yeah,
trade. I'm
because I'm pretty
sure.
sure she was sitting right there watching him edit, and probably like, "Oh, how you do the thumbnail like that? Or what software you
Mhm,
use?" And then she
mhm.
was taking notes. So when she make her exit, because when Erica came out, and like I said, what Erica did was not enough. If your relationship's strong, you can get past that. Be like, look, okay, I understand you told her that, but from this day forward, if I find out any information or she come back with something, I don't want to leave, but I'm at the step away because I don't know if I can trust you. But we can get past this. But nah, she made her escape.
It was an escape. That was just a play. And I really do believe that she speaks to Mucker. I'm not gonna say they
Yeah,
just all the way
allegedly. But you
allegedly.
got a
I do.
BMW though. That's what's my thing. Out of all vehicles, his is longer, mine's is shorter. Girl, what the hell that got to do with it?
Mhm. And then he's a realtor, so it's easy to use that as an
Yeah,
excuse.
you trying to match with him or something. Hey, we got matching vehicles.
Mhm.
Like what
And
is
and
it?
and it would have been easy for her to reach out to him like on IG, like, oh my gosh, can you believe in Love by Erica and Damien doing this? That's
Like,
all
how do
it
you feel
took.
about
She
that?
didn't
I know you
respond.
feel some sort of way. Look, if
Yes.
anytime you need to talk, because I'm going through the same thing too. I'm hurt. I'm here. I could be that shoulder as well. And I'm what? Girl, you ain't went through nothing.
Yeah. 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 For real. For real. Seriously. And she's gonna go through way more because now every time she tries to come with that she's holier than thou,
Yeah, like that's gonna keep
baby,
saving
this ain't
her.
going nowhere.
We got savages on this net that's not gonna care.
And that's the streets. That's the streets of YouTube. We are the voice. We have a right to say what we feel. Okay, we have that right. We have
Hmm.
freedom of speech, and we are able to help ourselves and our community when we build like this. Now we can bring something to the light, so maybe the next young lady that's in a marriage will think twice before hooking up, with her child at some coworker's house and walking out in the middle of the night to a Chrysler 200 and
Right.
getting held down
Get
by
the new
some other
Creole
man.
legs spread wide
Girl,
open. Oh, Jesus.
you are stressing me out, girl. Just thinking about how that could be possible is stressful.
Get like how? That's what I'm saying. Somebody had to be at the other end, like glory hole or
Mhm,
something.
mhm, mhm. So for that, I would hate for them to be upset about us covering stories like this because we're what keeps them going. We we are the voice of what the majority of people feel. And Adrian says, I know Mr. Cryer is glad Erica basically saved him because that woman was probably going to marry him and take him from for
This is what
everything.
gets yeah, this is what gets me.
Hmm.
And I don't know if he's still in here, but the video that gets me is when he had the video saying, the prank of looking at pictures of his ex. And she came in and then she was on the phone and then she was like, "Oh, my cousins and them want to know when the wedding." And I had a pause. I said, "What?" I said, "I
Mm,
know he probably like the fuck, the what?"
mm.
And then how she
Girl,
started
you
to
know,
try to
Mr.
talk about Erica, talking about that little nappy head little girl. Hold up now. Hold
Mm.
on.
Hold on now. Her little wig be a little lifted, but
Yeah,
hold
yeah, yeah. Her
on.
wig be a little bit, but let me tell you one thing. She could come back and say that porn star. The
Uh,
miss, the miss got a lot of
what?
sex tapes. Girl, I didn't know you like riding on that
Hey,
choo choo
please,
train.
please do a please. You gotta please, please give it to us.
Girl,
Yeah,
I think
I
I
love
am
your
gonna
love.
make
My
one
Erica
and then
impression
have
is
one.
on point, girl. You have her down pat. You are absolutely right. She surely will say that. She surely will let her know. And I ain't done no porns or none of that stuff.
Like
All
when
I
I
do is
say I'm a good
identify
girl,
aesthetic because ain't none of us perfect. Girl,
like
she
what I
ain't
said,
nobody
like
perfect.
at least I can say I know who my baby daddy is. Do you?
Not this one.
I think
Hold
I need to
on
call
now. Hold
Maury.
on, girl. Wait a minute, Nosy. Now you know the girl with child again, so we gotta hold on.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta wait
Hold
for a
on.
second. We just don't know yet.
We just don't know yet. That might be why Mr. Cry just made that dash. You see how he do. He come in, say what he gotta say. He
Say
out now.
and
You
get
see how
out.
he giving it up. You see. You see how he giving it up. I'm glad he didn't marry Latoya.
Oh, I'm
For
glad he didn't because it
real.
seemed like she was out for a motive though. It seemed like she was after something because she wanted it so bad.
Well, I think anytime you find out how much YouTubers get paid.
Or what he was worth, because Erica said he had a $13,000 check, 20K.
Oh yeah, she sure said that. She sure said that. She sure said that. And I was wondering why did she put his money amounts out there other than she mad as hell.
Right? Like,
Like
don't put nobody out
Erica,
there. Like,
hey, what
girl,
she say? I'm tired of people. Ain't nobody else gonna make money off of me. She meant that, girl. I would hate to have heard that conversation she had with Mucker. I bet she let him know. Listen here, you mother Mucker.
right. Look
What?
here, mush mouth, because that's what people like to call you. Now, I done tolerated you for long enough. Now, I done put up with you being standoffish, not wanting to give me affection on camera. But I'm going to tell you one damn thing. That little 7,000 subscribers you got, I can make you lose that in 2.5 seconds fucking with me.
Hey, and mean it, and got hitters, and will call somebody
Right.
allegedly. Allegedly, she will actually. She is about that action. She really is. Okay, so Miss Scott said she was going to have Crier put her in a house and get her bag. Yep.
Right, because she was looking for house shopping and all that. That's what she wanted to get married, then get divorced and try to take everything. Girl,
Of
we see you
course, and spin her channel. Either way you did it, the main target was to
and
become a
be a victim.
YouTuber.
Like I said, I know she's seen Erica videos when they was feuding back and forth because she was hearting comments in 2020, like he said. So I
Yeah.
know she's seen the
Yeah,
lives of
oh,
Erica
she
crying.
definitely did. And see, the only way I would have thought out of that is if he probably like went, or if I would have said, well, okay, when he met her, he probably was like, well, look, I don't want them to know, exactly when we met, so we just go keep it cute. This is public, because this is the public. Whatever we say can be used against us. It's worse than a court of law.
Mm-hmm.
I might open up right now, about, an intimate, past experience and blow up. Let's just say, like, I wish, but let's say I blow up, and then that same thing. That's what people are gonna keep going by. You see what they did to Cardi B?
Exactly. They love to talk about the fact that what surviving Cardi B and
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
talking about her stripping days and how
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Offset gonna be with somebody that done ran through and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and it's funny about Cardi B. Before she came, before she was on Love and Hip Hop, she actually used to be in a lot of fights in New York, allegedly. Okay.
Mm.
And she was known, like as a kind of like a girl that was handling her business. She didn't take any stuff, and it was a couple of videos
Oh, she
circling
seems that way.
around. Yeah, like because when I wanted to do my platform a couple of years ago, I wanted to kind of cover the like trio rap and where like music was going, like basically what it's doing now. I
Oh
wanted to
yes,
kind of
girl. Because I'm a
capture
conspiracy theorist and I'm into all that, and I
girl.
just like seeing the speculations people have.
Yes. Well, stick around. We're gonna have a lot more topics and stuff too, but pretty much, um, she it's oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. Lord, I lost my train of thought. But Latoya just strikes me as someone like she's just not gonna be ready to settle down until she gets that money, and Mr.
That's what I
Carter came
think.
along and it was sort of like, well, I got money and I make YouTube videos. So it kind of opened it up for her, and she probably was fantasizing. He's a handsome man. He ain't bad to look at.
Yeah,
Have you
ain't no bad
noticed
looking
most of
man.
the time, girl, have you like most of the time when you pause a video, you know how the faces be looking jacked up? Have you
Hmm.
noticed, but every time I pause, he be looking straight. He's a
And
handsome man.
you and what Erica said, she's like, now I can tell y'all one thing. Now he keep himself up. Now he make sure he smell good, keep his clothes, keep his hair cut.
We know,
So
girl.
he take care of himself.
Hmm. You can tell that about himself. He's very prideful about himself. And that's how Latoya got him, though. She knew everything basically about him, I
Because
feel.
she study him. She
If
studied that
yeah,
man.
like I would never want to date Mr. Cryer because I've watched him for a few years. It's no I have a hell of an advantage. You heard me? Look, he started talking junk to me and shit. I'll start buying cameras. You know what I mean?
Right,
He
and
go
then
home from work
recording.
and be a big ass camera sitting on the kitchen counter. You know what I'm saying? And one in the bathroom. He'll remember. I don't
And
even have to
then get
talk.
mad and be like, so what you say you was gonna do to me again?
Oh, you ain't know? You ain't know? Play it then. Shoot. Girl, isn't this a hot mess? That's why Erica, that's because I know she's probably gonna watch this video. That is why you be careful about burning bridges.
Exactly.
Okay, it's
Because you
not
could have had
cute.
those same friends stick up for you whenever you had something you was going through. Now you ain't got that.
Yeah, baby, it ain't no fun when the rabbit gets the gun at all. At all. That is when stuff gets real. Trisha said, I agree with y'all. Latoya said that she would never leave Mr. Cryer no matter what. Then they go through and she lied. Yeah, she lied.
Yeah, she said she was gonna be there through thick and thin and all
Hmm.
that. Like I'm gonna hold my man down, and then this thing where he gonna be recording me when I walk across the stage, knowing you got 10 years to go.
Oh, isn't that horrible?
Like, right, you had us thinking you was there close, but you were LPN, honey. I
Oh,
took nursing. Like,
yeah,
you at the first
yes.
stepping stone at the CNA.
Well, and that's the thing. She's trying to change her life. She's trying to change her life. And you can't fault her for that. But
No.
baby girl, there's nothing wrong with your story. It's your story. You gotta waddle in it. That's how you climb out of it. As long as you're still acting like you're not the problem, you did nothing wrong, girl, baby girl, mm,
Mm.
karma.
She done burnt some bridges her damn self.
Yes, yeah, she has. Trisha said, "Yes, you're right, Wicked. Cardi B is still with Offset, and they got another baby by him. Yeah, yeah. But see, you don't. That's what I was talking about. Cardi B. That was before she blew up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So those videos that she made, that was during that effort of who she was popular,
And
because she was
coming back
already
behind.
known as a well-known gang
Stripper.
member type
Yep.
of
And
stripper, type of
mm-hmm.
yeah, bad girl, in other words, but it was from a very small YouTube type of, they sharing the videos of them fighting, and it was horrible. So when she was making those videos, I feel she was joking. I don't think she was serious, but hey, you never know. I think she was trolling, but you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. Oh, thank you, Gordo. Yeah, she's an LPN.
Yeah,
And that,
someone paid attention to her board and they seen where she it had like associate degree, so associate degree is RN, and she ain't even there yet. And then on the interview, they said in the comments that she was still at an LPN stage, and I'm like, wow, LPN stage, girl, you still got some years to go, but you talking about a
mm,
PhD.
mm. That well, that was the game. Peep the game. Peep the game. That was the gift from Mr. Cryer.
Look, to show him like, hey, I ain't here to use you. Look, I already got my own crib. I got, I'm a nurse. I got all this by myself. And oh, and let me tell you this. So I'm nosy, right? And I told y'all
Mhm.
I work from home and I can see systems. So before, and Latoya, if I'm lying, let me know. So Latoya, before she got that house, oh, she did state that in her video. She was in plenty of apartments at the same place. She went through some
Wow,
apartments at this one address
I
like
bet
three
so.
times.
Mm. The poor girl just needs to come cough it up. She already has a bunch of people that's gonna rock with her probably, and it's probably the same
Right. So just
people.
take
I
it.
don't understand that rock for love by Erica. If you
And
rock with this
Crier,
girl,
all of them
then
are in
let's
the
be
same
real.
circle. That's how you know some of them subs she have is fake. Girl, don't trust them. You hear
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
true subscribers. What true subscribers? True subscribers are the one that's there when you start off with 13 and then you make it to 100 and you gain as you go,
Amen.
and they still there.
Amen.
Those people just came flocking because they want to see what happened.
They want to see what's going on. You can't help it. You want to see. And
Yeah,
then
that's
I give him credit for even doing another video because I thought he what I was shocked to see that he did one over in the night. And
yeah,
then to hear
because
the
I was
poor
like, come
man had
on now,
surgery.
give us something else.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on with. Did he stated what was going on with his eye? Why the patch is there and all that?
Mm. I'm not sure. Let's see. Hold on.
Because have you seen Kids shoe review with the video? It's a short clip, but they showed a picture of Latoya when she had a high school photo when she graduated, and when you see him, he's a
Oh,
little
and she was
smaller
dark.
and he looked different.
Yeah, yeah. He was smaller and she looked a little bit more chocolate.
Yeah, she was a little bit more
I
chubby.
did see those, and she was a little chubby. I did see those. And she's a pretty girl.
Yeah, she's pretty. That's why I'm like, she probably used that to her advantage. Like, I know I look at these older men; they love to be
So
seen with
they
a pretty
own
woman.
me. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then Mr. Cryer, he ready to bust it down. Probably like he probably come there with a freaking warning saying, look, we're gonna make thousands of videos this, as long as you with me.
Yeah,
And come on, let's
you
go
gotta
have
act
some.
it out because she already tried to put it out there. Like, girl, who hasn't done already exposed that what they do is scripted? That's why we say it's entertainment. Oh, I was already in the garage when he got the furniture. Duh, we know that because you just came. How all of a sudden you just come home after it got delivered and set up?
Mm,
And then with
doesn't
the
sound
money,
right.
this is what I think and I stand on. When I said they did the prank with the going broke, remember before that they made the video because everybody was trying to come for her. They was like, hold on, she know how to work this camera and all this. And she stated
Mm-hmm.
she won't want to do YouTube and all that. Well,
So
I
why
think
is
he
she
was
doing
trying to
so
save
okay?
yeah, I think he was trying to save her image. That's why with the going broke, like, come on now, how you know he was gonna come in and say that he was going broke and you mysteriously have 13,000 out of nowhere?
Girl, you know
To
that was
give
Mr.
him,
Cryer
girl,
money.
yeah, we know you won't gonna give that man that, knowing how you are now and seeing what you after,
Mm-hmm.
girl.
And
Bye.
he gave her a pass. I don't think he wanted drama. I really don't. I think he knows, where his higher numbers come, which it is, I think, when he's probably with a woman, but
Hmm.
but quality over quantity. So for now, I feel he would do much better with allowing himself just to open up a little bit more to us and then worry about that. Like get you a relationship that's
Yeah, have
solid
your love
outside of
interest
YouTube.
that's in the background this time.
Hmm. Because these YouTube women, I mean, it's just going to be a big game. And
Now,
it's not going to be any trust because, y'all have too much on each other. You can just go live.
right now, if you
Yeah.
remember Mr. Cryer, the only one I feel that was real was Lady J. He deleted the videos, but when I watched their chemistry, you could tell she was just there for him, and he spoke
Yeah.
on her. Now, if he get with anybody, and you could tell she's like a little bit older than what he goes for and all that.
Okay,
But she's
yeah.
still young, and she's a pretty woman.
Yes, she is. She really is. And it's funny because I'm sure he wants to settle down, but look at what he's choosing. He's not choosing women that would be of his stature to settle down.
Right.
So let's
Choosing
play
those
the
ones
rest.
that. Yeah, you can go ahead and play the rest of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was almost over. I want to play the rest because I think it's gonna be his commentary about the video ending.
Thank everybody that subscribe to my little channel. And another thing, Damien Choir, the Choir family guy, he didn't put me up to this. This all me.
I heard that.
I don't even know Lou like this.
He said Damian Cryer did not put him up to this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that because you didn't have to do that. Thank you. Thank you. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
He said Damian Cryer did not put me up to this. As you guys a few nights ago was led to believe that I did this.
No, I didn't believe that either.
People try to do what they can to divert.
Remember that story that they told us about?
He getting them ads though. I promise you. Yeah, he
Girl,
getting
ain't he though?
Hey, but we should learn from him because look, once we get male guys, I bet we'll be doing.
When the heat is on them,
I'm putting them up there.
Put the blame on other people. Ain't had nothing to do with me. Wow. Wow. I want to first start by saying, for the ones who wanted to put my name in the mix of this right here, as far as me reaching out to this man, if I'm gonna pay somebody to do a video, I'm gonna pay him to do a whole lot longer than a 3 minute and 50-something second video. Second of all, I don't have time to play games with nobody. I'm a very busy person. I have a real life with a real schedule. I got kids and grandkids who need me in their life. I don't have time to play games or research people like they be doing me. Secondly, this video that I'm making is not to drag anyone, neither party. If I wanted to drag someone right now, all I had to do is press the release button. That's it. So that's not what this is about, but I'm still really irritated. Not one time, not one nice thing to say. And now ex-husband comes out with his truth. What if this man would have never came out? I would have been left looking stupid like a liar. We still haven't heard nothing about this sickness yet. I'm curious to know.
Yeah, I'm curious to know too, aren't you?
Girl, yeah, like what kind of sickness is it? Is it a stress or like what?
Yeah.
And
like
do he
what
need to
made
be
him
worried?
say she was responsible?
She was what?
She, like he said that she was responsible for him having bad health.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was like, for the situation I'm in now. What kind of situation?
Lordy Lord.
Because I know, I'm telling you. Oh, you notice Christ said he got blood work done the other day. I'm just speculating.
Oh, stop.
You remember he said I had to go get some blood work done, y'all,
Yeah.
because he probably seen that video and was like, hold on, let me go get checked.
But no, do you remember his fish dream last month? Girl. All right, Mr. Cryer, what you ain't telling us?
Because I was involved in this situation at one time. I did what I had to do to protect myself and to get my answers. But I need to hear it. I need to hear what's going on here. Because so far, nobody's telling me jack. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on.
Sound good right there. What?
No.
I'm glad that this man came forward and dropped his video. Because sometimes when y'all hear stories, y'all only hear one side of the story. But to be so reluctant to have somebody come out that was involved for a lot of years speaks volumes because he didn't have to do it.
Nope. Not at all.
Somebody's going to come up hurt in this situation because it's going to be a child that's going to end up hurt. I don't believe that part should have been mentioned, at least not publicly like this. But it wasn't put out there by me. I'm just reacting and just giving my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know this gentleman from a can of paint. I don't know if he's a saint, but I know the other.
And that's just it. It's not that the man seems to be a saint. It's just
Yeah.
the man really seems like he really is dealing with this. He doesn't seem like the type of person that's he knows the YouTube game, so he's gonna use Mr. Cryer to gain a following. No, he feels like, or it looks like he's just fed the fuck up with looking at this woman, building a big old platform off of saying she, was abused by him. I'm
Oh
sorry,
girl,
I'm
I
not.
didn't know I could curse over here because I was trying to, be respectful.
I don't want to say too many, but yeah,
Yeah,
you
me either.
just you feel
But yeah,
comfortable.
so that's why I be like the if and all that. But yeah, the thing that gets me is Cryer seem. If you look at that last few seconds, he seemed like he is. I still didn't hear about this health situation. It's like his mind is on that. Like, hey, what's going on, bro? Because I need to know something. Because
Yeah,
why he was sitting up there? That's why you stay protected. Like we don't know what that because it's
exactly.
people, and I'm gonna tell y'all because I learned this in with one of the nurses told me this. She was like, girl, because one of my friends that I worked with, I had to care. She kept messing with this dude that kept giving her something. And she told her, she was like, look, Crystal, she was like, I keep telling you, girl, I done seen plenty of men come up in here fine as hell, fine. But they be having that package.
Mm, that package
And
that
then you can't
does
tell
not
because some
want
people
delivered
they
people.
don't show it. You don't see it in just the
No,
looks.
no.
Because they may take care of themselves and take their stuff now. But that's kind of scary. Bro, like, hold on, is there we don't know. Like, why are you sick?
Mm. Latoya is a message for you, Judge Lauren. Like what you Latoya, here's a message for you. Judge Lauren Lake wants you in her courtroom right now. She wants her there front and center. So, and it's funny, but Mr.
Right.
Pryor is like, seriously, he feels just like we do. Like, I dare you. And then being that she tried to run a whole lie saying that pretty much he was girl, that he
He must
brought
got some
the
stuff
child.
on her. He talking about a release button.
I think so. I think
Mm-mm.
so. I think after Erica, I'm sure he wanted to prepare
Yeah, he
himself.
made sure he gotta have something on somebody. Like, look, I can't trust nobody. Everybody let me have some dirt on somebody too. So when they come for me, oh, I'm coming harder.
Hmm. Amen.
Oh yeah,
Amen.
but I just see that he is just his mind is heavily on. He still didn't reveal that, and that's one thing, DJ. If you ever come across here or something, like, can you just throw like a hint or something? Like if you say
Serious.
something like I'm dealing with something long term, that's gonna give us some, some clues.
And that's just it. He can be as personal and private as he wants,
Yeah, like
but don't
he,
bring it. Don't even
yeah,
bring it.
don't say she got me sick because people gonna be like, well, how she got you sick?
Mhm, mhm.
And then
Definitely.
when you start hearing talking about how she was very promiscuous and all that, and just giving that cake up, you start thinking like, hold on, Latoya, because you let Cryer raw dog you, and being the woman of how you are. Like for me, it ain't me and my dude didn't start doing that till like half a year.
Okay. And that's just it. I feel like it was more like a partnership. And I would love to have somebody who, you have a relationship and then you can do your little YouTube thing and okay, it sounds good, but girl, the reality is they were a hot mess from beginning to start. We didn't even see
Right.
it coming. Like the whole time we were sitting there saying, "Oh wow, well at least Mr. Cryer has someone nice now." Oh well, at least Mr. Cryer has someone because he seemed like he was feeling her.
Yeah, and I was on her
Yeah,
side at first until I seen her motive.
yeah, and then it went wrong. It went horribly wrong, and then it's like now with her having her platform and saying she's gonna stick like she is, okay, well, let's see what else content you're gonna do. Because people are gonna get tired of the love and the light.
Yeah, they're gonna get tired of that. Your views. That's why you notice how when she did those family videos, it got like 7, 8, 9,000. But then when she came up with Cryer again and throwing out certain hints, that miss shot up
Yeah.
13K. And then her other video, girl, she about to hit 100K, and we ain't even get close to 1K on all our
No.
videos. And all your
No.
videos is just doing numbers off of his audience because you wouldn't
That's
have an
all.
audience if it weren't for him.
Not at all. And for that, she should have at least respected him
Yeah,
enough.
like, well, look,
Like
I can give him
she's
credit. He did
Yeah, to
what?
sit up there and lie like and try and say that he didn't pay for some furniture when obviously he was taking good care of her, so to speak.
But my
Or at
thing
least
is,
helping
he
her
ain't paid
out.
for it, right? But you struggling. But he said he left money in a safe in Ben's. You didn't use that to pay for that furniture?
You know she did, and the down payment of that car.
Yeah,
What else
yeah,
was
that was
she
that
got there?
BMW and that furniture. If you
Well,
struggling
she
to pay
definitely did
furniture,
a glow move, and then you saw
why
her
you
little
got a car?
camping trip.
Yeah, so if you struggling to pay furniture, so I'm still paying on it. Then why you got a car? Like
Yeah,
make it make sense, girl. That's a lie.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And
true
I
life.
don't think she thought that she was gonna like be challenged. I don't think she really did underestimate baby or her ex-husband. He's not a baby
She
daddy,
did.
that's her ex-husband. And she really did underestimate it because that man is sick and he looks like he's on some, you know what? I might not be in the
Let-
best of health,
When I
but I
may not,
am in a sound mind. So you
hmm
know what, oh, it's on. And
yeah,
I
my
can only imagine if he caught one of those old videos of her talking about her being abused. Girl,
right. And then he
I
said
was
like,
already.
hold up,
Mhm.
she's a damn lie.
Yeah, definitely.
Mr. Cryer thought he should have got tested with her before. Yes.
Mm.
Yes, I felt like because it's too, you guys don't know each other like that. For you to just be sitting up there,
Hey,
just
the cloud trap. I
hmm,
love you too.
putting that, oh my God, going
Yeah,
all in like that.
yeah. It's a hot ass mess. And you ever heard that term? You ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. You do not have to lie to kick it. Mr. Cryer would have been just as I feel happy with her if she would have opened up with him, honestly. And I feel like she could have still built an organic audience off of telling her story, not
Right.
necessarily just telling Tia for Tia how she got bust down in a Chrysler
She could have,
200 by
yeah.
two men, but at least,
Like, come on, like, look, I'm gonna let you know because if people start seeing us up here, it may bring up old wounds, and I'm gonna let you know, like, in my past, I got myself
yeah.
together now, but we all can admit we had our wild side and all that, and a
Hmm. Who
situation
knows who
happened.
she would help? Because it's women right now going through a situation. But instead of doing that, she was just for sale.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you this. Reason why I say that is because people either stay or leave. I had a homegirl that I had when I told you I was a manager at Arby's way back then. I was like what 20 at the time.
Hmm.
And she was like, "Girl, let me tell you about my homegirl." So her friend Marquita, right? She had got out the National Guard. She was talking to this dude, and he asked her. He was like, "So how many men have you been with?" And she was like, "Well, I don't want to tell you." She said she was afraid to tell him. He was like, "Nah, you be honest with me. I'm not gonna get mad." And
Hmm.
girl, she said when she said 50, over 50, he walked out the damn door. Walked out, had
What?
to take a walk.
Oh
That's
wow,
not
that
like
is
so. You never
sad.
know how sometimes, like if you do try to be honest about it, people ain't like, I ain't
That's
feeling
true.
that.
That's why you have to be careful when you making those kind of choices. You know. And then too, I mean, it. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Never mind. I don't want. Let me keep my mouth shut. That. Yes, nosy gang. She was crying in that video too.
What Toya was crying? What
Latoya,
video?
here's a message for you. Judge Lauren Lake. Oh, George. She was talking to you. Judge Lauren Lake wants you in the courtroom. Did I go down on the comments?
What video
Oh
was she
yeah, I
crying
did.
in?
I had already put that one up. And it's crazy because like he went live probably what about 3 or 4 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
in the wee hours right after we had said over here he probably was gone. He wasn't coming back. And I was like, I really would love to hear what he said, especially, about the allegations of him abusing her.
Exactly, because he didn't speak on that. So that kind of,
I'm
until that
proud of
gets
you, baby.
debunked,
Big
he
content.
might say, well, look, if you call someone provoking you and you just got fed up abusing, then I may have pushed her, but she's exaggerating it. See, we don't know because she's trying to play like what she's trying to do is gain sympathy.
That's
That
exactly
way,
what
if
she's
something do
doing.
come out, then people be on her side like, y'all leave that woman alone. Why y'all bothering that woman?
Hmm.
Can't
But
you see?
she's not. And the problem I have with that is
she's taken, you know, advantage of the countless amount of women who have been abused
Yeah,
and
that been through
neglected.
something like that. Because what if that's a lie, and then you got all them supporters over there who probably
Mm-hmm.
look to you for inspiration? I'm like, well, hold up, Latoya, why? I can't believe you would do that. And I'm actually going through this, and I thought you could relate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I wouldn't be surprised now if people start unsubscribing from her.
And I think she'll probably, like, seriously, once this story gets out more, especially if DJ makes another video, it's, oh yeah, it's inevitable because it's gonna hit that algorithm, and baby,
Oh
because we're
yeah,
still like this subject is not in the algorithm of them. Have you noticed that? Like, if you
yeah.
talk about Creole Bay, she's not really in the algorithm.
She's not. You
So
have
it's
to
like,
kind
in
of
other
like that to
words,
see something to come
mm-hmm,
up.
mm-hmm. But she still gets a little traction, of course, off Mr. Cryer. Girl, that's just crazy. Child. NBA young man, you need to calm down. Seriously, just because you still cute now don't mean you gotta be just slanging pipe and
For
you
real, and
you
just,
better calm down.
slanging Peter Griffin and any old body.
Now let's talk about that again. You know how we were talking about how we gave Love by Erica a hard time over here about telling Latoya's business about her
Right.
reproductive system. But is it all possible that she was just trying to get Mr. Cryer to belly up?
Yeah, that's my thing. Mm. Because they did a I'm pregnant like type of prank vid, and that's what I got to say about it. When you say what if that's a story, like now you know how he told D that he had got vasectomy and that it's impossible for him.
Girl,
But then Erica got pregnant. So what if she using that technique? Oh, I can't have kids. Only got one ovary. Da 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 da. And the next thing
girl.
you know, she traps his ass.
Mm. And that's interesting there. I didn't even think about it, but that's what karma is. That's why you don't treat people any kind of way, because when it comes back hard. Adrian Moore says, I don't feel like he beat her because he said he hung the results on the door because he didn't want to see her. If he beat her, wouldn't you think he would have when he found out that the son wasn't his? Whoop!
Yeah, you got to think
I
about
need to
that.
pin that comment. You right.
Right, because he hung if he didn't want to look at you, so because he probably want to prevent himself from doing something, so he probably, like any other, right man, I'm gonna walk this off, I can't be around her. Now I know it was anger, of
Mm-hmm.
course, but he probably like, I want you to see this, and oh, this can't be right. Exactly what most women would say when they know they done something. This paper ain't right, really. So DNA is gonna lie,
I believe him. He's sticking to the story. He came in with
and
it
he ain't
saying,
switch
"Look,
it up.
Latoya, I'm tired of your lies. Calm down, cause I'll be done." He basically came. I'm just paraphrasing, but he did that video last week saying, "Look, you know the situation. You're not all this sweet and innocent. Calm it down. Calm it down."
And don't speak bad on
Obviously,
my name.
it's what? Oh, he letting her know you better put some respect on my name. Ho, I'm about to learn how to do tags and thumbnails and go to the YouTube Creator Academy and
Yep, going to
everything
the
on
get. I'm
it.
about to
Hey,
learn. Yeah, you about to get
VidIQ girl, he about to be winning. And the
because he
funny
getting
part
the
is,
views now. He's getting the views,
and people will mess with him because he's being himself.
and he's genuine. You could tell he comes off very genuine. The way he's telling the story, as if he's replaying it in his head.
Well, and that's just it. And I like the way he started off. He did that enough to say, "Look, I love my kids. This isn't about my kid. Like I really do love." But he broke that thing on down now, and I gotta respect him for that. Thank you, sir, because your ex-wife was about to fraud, boy.
Other party
She was about
definitely
to
isn't a
really
saint.
manipulate.
Again, I'm not here to dog nobody out. Again,
Yeah.
if I wanted to, I just press the release button and end it right now. But I'm trying to move differently. I wanted to react to this video because I wanted to hear what he had to say, and I wanted to react to it and watch the video with you guys to give my official real reaction. There's no winners in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody lost. But I just feel like, you know, like he expressed that he has an interview coming up today or something like that. You know, I don't know if that interview has been carried out or if it's still getting carried out. I will be reacting to that as well. I will be reacting to that. I'm not looking for a like on this video. I don't care if I get a like or not. I'm just looking for your thoughts on this video. You know, how do you guys feel about it? You know, apparently they were married. They were married. She said that she was violated. She said that she was violated at her friend's house by somebody with a Chrysler 200. He was told that she told the guy she's not going to do this in front of her daughter.
Girl, let's put up the disclaimer. We
need to get him to because I'm pretty sure Gangsta Emoji is just praising the sky right now.
Oh, you already know he feeling like the man. His little emoji ass is got.
We need to be like Latoya now. We need to get him over here and have Cryer react to it. That way they see our names and
girl. I bet if DJ the Real comes over here, I bet Gangsta Emoji will follow up out the bushes.
They'll be like, hold on.
Be like, oh wait, hold on.
He just try to grab at something. Hold on. I think he's really trying to impress Cryer. Oh, that's gonna touch him, girl, to see him react to that video.
I think so too. He wants to do that.
We need to get him over. And the thing is, oh my God, yo, it was 4 days ago. I wish I would have responded.
But he does seem like one of those type of men that probably does want to interview with a man. You know, I'm thinking he does kind of like seem like he would.
My thing is, I think it's gonna be oh my God, Polar Bear.
Like, hop on his head.
Is that Polar? Is that Polar Bear?
Yes, it is Polar. It is.
Wow.
Salute, Polar.
Yeah,
good to see you online. I hit the like. Keep working hard. Always salute.
I always kept in when he was doing the, the war in Dallas and all that.
Oh, talk about it. Have you seen the war in Memphis?
I gotta catch up that because actually, like, how you start watching for a while and you get in tune with something else, and then I just remember, him and Most Hated and how he had to shut that down with Most Hated. I was like, you know what? Somebody need to get at him. And I always stuck there because even I know he probably done got a little bit bigger now, but I was watching him when he still had his subs a little bit low.
Okay, so you are original one. Now see Nosy now. Hold on now. We gotta talk. Okay, now that changes things, sis. You on IG, look.
Right now, I need to make me one because I don't.
My favorite bear.
I don't sit up there and I won't, social networking like that. And I say, you know what? That's how people got their channel to where it is now, by sitting up there promoting it. So,
Totally. Good night, Francesca. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Oh,
and
wow.
T3 the Polar Bear, sir. This is a content creator by the name of Nosy Gang, NC. She also covers the family I've been covering. Like, this has been, girl, we done had some little stars come through here. We doing our
right.
thing.
We had the one and only, the man of it all.
Look, we the best little hidden secret. Because I be like, damn, me and Nosy numbers need to be big as hell.
Right, that's what I said. I'm like, people that make good old content.
Girl, YouTube has a hella sense of humor.
That's all like they do not like me.
Girl. Okay, so so let's finish up listening to Mr. Cryer. But far as what I'm hearing is he sounds just like us. Hell, he need to be on the panel.
Right.
Dude, no, we ain't finna do this in front of my daughter. We gonna no, you better tell that dude no, because I'm with somebody.
Yeah.
Not because my child here. Hell to the no. It's sad that people got to come forward to protect themselves because a lot of us don't. We just let people say what they say about us.
Okay. Salute,
We let
Polar.
the past come out the closet talking crazy. And everybody believe it because nobody ever says anything.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this man didn't have to come out the closet. But I will say this right here to you, sir, if you're watching this video, I've never heard not one thing nice about you.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard one nice thing about you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I heard about you was super duper negative.
Mm-hmm.
Super duper negative. Not one good thing. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because there was never one nice thing said about me either. People would do whatever they can to make themselves look good to get what they want. And I'm going to say this. When you use somebody for a come up, man, because everybody want to come up on YouTube. I see why. I see why people want to come up on YouTube. There is nothing wrong with that. Everybody want to come up. It's cool. But when you do come up, whether you use somebody for subscriptions or views or to get your channel off the ground, even if you do use that person to your advantage, once you get what you want, turn your channel into something.
Amen. Now let's talk about it. Now, see, that's the thing. Because number one, for those of you who are just, subs and you just watch, for content creators, this really can be an opportunity to do something you never thought you can do. And some people find themselves being very helpful, but it's a lot on our neck. It really is not that easy, is it, Nosy?
Because girl, I be wanting to give up. Like, I ain't about to make no more. And then I'm like, you know what?
Oh my gosh, it's rough out here for a smaller, channel.
Girl,
and the truth is, people do like drama. That's true. When you do the good content, the straight up content, the just news stories and things of that nature, it's harder to grab people's attention.
Yeah, they're not gonna watch it.
No, so we do gravitate to this. But this, what she's been doing, girl, this should be a crime.
For real, like that should be putting her in a YouTube jail or something, like, because it's just like he say, like, have some type of content. Like, who's gonna watch after you talk about me? And that's what
What's
people
your
be
end
saying.
game? Yeah, what's your end
like,
game? And what's gonna happen when people see that the whole I'm perfect when that like now? What's gonna happen then?
How you gonna cover that up to your subscribers, aka your supporters, which is Crier supporters?
Yes, yes. Welcome back, True Life. I'm glad you here, babe.
Oh
what
yeah, that's
y'all
her
doing
favorite.
up all late at night?
It's the Crier game. I's back. Like, oh, I cannot stand that. It's like just like I's here, master. I's in the field. Like, girl,
Yes.
come up with a better slogan than that. Oh, I can't stand that. it just make me. It just sounds so.
Oh, girl, I'm going through hell trying to figure all them things out. Okay, so look, Francesca Milton says, you know what was funny? When Latoya and Crier just started a relationship and she already was calling herself Mrs. Crier when she was only in it for the ring, which we would have given her money and everything. Facts.
Right.
You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
She was doing that. And then do y'all remember when she was sitting there, her and Crier was doing challenges and he was talking about his kids and all that, and he was like, yeah, so Bean Bean's gonna be getting older or something like that to the effect. She was like, oh, my little Bean Bean. I'm like, girl, you don't know him like that to address him by his nickname. You had to talk like that.
It's nothing. I can't stand a fake and phony.
That was fake.
I like straight shooters. Talk junk to me. You know what I mean? Because then I know how you really feel. That little but meanwhile, what she's really saying is, this Erica little baby.
Yeah, and then she was just claiming Darion's awesome. Yeah, Bing Bing and Mrs. Yeah, she was calling herself Mrs. Crier.
Yeah, and then yeah. And yeah, oh, I forgot about that video. I was talking about the one when they had the baby, how she was acting.
She was fake up there holding something. Let's go get my baby something. Like, girl, it ain't working on him. He see through that BS.
Yeah, and it's funny because with her, it's like part of what I liked about it was the idea. I felt she was older. I thought, funny enough, because when she first came on, it was more like her style of dress. Her clothing was very mature. The way she kept her hair and makeup, it was toned down. I mean, you could tell she's an attractive woman. But baby, when they broke up, sis got real. She went and glowed up.
Right. And you just, ugh. Then, not only, what was on, it was on the tip of my daggone tongue. Oh, God, it was on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, that's what, like, the other thing that got me with her when she was with him and stuff is
Mm-hmm.
that, and I know it just gave him red flags because it was like she would do too much. Like when they went bowling, she just up there kissing him and kissing. I don't know, some people
Mm-hmm.
like affection,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
it starts to seem too extra, and that's
Well,
probably what
and I think that's when she started seeing like what could come of this. Like, ooh, this is kind of nice.
let me
You know
win
what
him
I'm
over
saying?
so yeah, so he could show me, share to me the secrets. That's what she wanted, them damn
Yes.
secrets.
Well, be real. It is nothing wrong with a nice old chocolate tall man that know how to handle himself. And probably was doing things she hadn't seen. He probably likes to live nice, eat nice.
Oh
And
yeah, because he
do
was
this
taking
and that.
her out to them nice little
Mhm.
restaurants. And what
Mhm.
was her favorite? Something with that wedge salad and was it salmon or something like that?
Mhm. Girl, she was getting them ribs.
Being wine.
Whatever. As soon as they cut that camera, Mr. Crowd gone and cough it up. Let us know what she was really eating.
Yeah, they probably took a picture there, sat there, because how some restaurants where you could just they
Mhm.
have where you could sit outside. They probably sat there and then probably like, all right, let's get in the car. We're going to McDonald's. You was a McDonald's date, Latoya. You see how she acted when she did the Ratchet video, and she was like, I, "I'm hungry. I want something to eat." And then he was like, "No, we going here." He was like, "I'm not taking you. We're going to a nice restaurant." He was whining and dining her at first, and she was loving that to rub in Erica face.
Of course. Especially that last like video they did when they went, out to dinner and it was supposed to be like her taking him out.
What
That was
Latoya?
like when I think that may have been the last video before the mess started.
What Latoya took him out?
Yeah, they went out to have a nice dinner, a nice romantic evening.
Oh wow, I didn't know hell she had. That's how she had to win him over. Like I got it. She got her own. I could buy yours too. Let
Well,
me
let
take
that
you
be a
out.
lesson to Erica. That's how you treat a man. Because if you don't treat him right, guarantee, baby,
Somebody else is
what?
right.
Uh, girl, baby, girl.
And especially knowing his profession, and you done gave
What?
everyone a sneak peek of the type of money he has.
You told her how, girl, don't you ever, Erica, baby, I got your back. I'm like an auntie to you, okay? I don't hop on your head as a person that's hating on you. I try and build you up, baby. Don't you ever tell how much your man makes. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Even though I did the same thing, but he ain't my man no more, so fuck him.
You inviting people in there, girl, and then don't say nothing about the bedroom either.
Yeah, that's true. Leave that a secret or say it was trash. Well, no, because girl, women nowadays, if you say it's trash, they still gonna mess with them. They don't care.
Now,
You
I
know
just
what I
want to see
mean?
what
But
it's
you're
like for
right. You're
myself.
absolutely right. Don't tell them about it unless you want to share them.
Exactly.
Latoya wasn't wife material. I could have seen through it. All she cared about is having her kids around Crier, and the entire time she never got Crier to bring Darion around to bond in with them. Now I'm gonna say that too, because I absolutely love the videos with him and Darion more than him with the females.
Yeah. And then Darion brings him more views than the females too, because
It
his kids they
play
watch
with it,
him.
and a younger audience. It keeps it, kind of doing different stuff.
Hmm.
Different ways. What you gonna do with a woman? I mean, really though. Because really, we don't want to hear he thinks I'm pregnant, our morning routine. Girl, I'm no, we got to go different. I think
Yeah,
it's
this the thing that gets me because he get with a new person, they could start the recycle of all the same pranks that we seen, but it's just with a
Mm-hmm.
different female. And he probably like, you get tired of that. Like, what y'all got other than that?
Yeah, they got to learn to grow with their audience. You know what I'm saying? It was a time that sufficed, okay, because it was new, it was interesting, especially the pranks. Those were hilarious because it wasn't a lot of comedy going on in as far as like my YouTube life, whatever. So those videos were really good. It was fun, and you got into the people because you knew, especially when they would do the cross pranks and stuff. Like the M and Vons with Mr. Cryer, or the
Mm.
Prince family with M and Von, and I
Okay, guys. So I've been letting it just play, just going back to the past, seeing a lot of that stuff that's going on, that we may have not caught. And I see we really had a lot. Okay. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm going to end this live, but I will be back in a little while after I take care of handle some business. Okay. So I want to give a big old shout out to everybody who's been up in this building. Hey, Anna Berry. Hey, Regina. What up, Tanya? Y'all, I do apologize for not coming back sooner, but I really do appreciate y'all for watching. As we can see, this story has been going on now for over 7 months, people. And a lot has changed, but a lot is still the same. So a lot of the speculations, a lot of the accusations that are now coming before us are really playing a role. So if Latoya thinks that she's just going to walk into a court and go and get a custody or visitation of someone's child, she better think again. She better really think again. All right, guys, I love you. I'll be back. Peace. Peace, y'all. Oh, if you guys want to continue watching that video, it's titled "So Is the Ex Telling the Truth?" and it's dated 7 months ago. All right, guys. See you soon.